y'all? This Rios. We're here with Luck. This is our second time meeting up. It was so good the first time we said, you know what, let's turn this into something. Let's do something with it. So this is us just naturally just having our conversations, talking about whatever the hell we want to talk about, discussing certain topics that are on Luck's mind, my mind, whatever is relevant to what's going on. We don't have necessarily a title yet. That'll develop.
For sure.
Waiting for him. He ain't came up with the title yet, man. What the hell?
I think, and that's the cool part about like starting your own thing is the organic way you move.
Right.
You know what I mean? You find a groove. The first episode was so dope, and we were just connecting and vibing so dope with topics and what we felt. Even when we got into our lives personally, we found a lot of connections in that. So it felt like something you should move further on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or at least see what it can do and what it can be. So a lot of times you don't go to, you don't really rush to the business part right off the bat.
Right.
Because it starts to feel unnatural. When it came off so natural, it starts to feel unnatural. So sometimes you just gotta flow and then let it
take its course.
Yeah, let it take its course. The feeling to tell you what it needs to be and all that stuff. So obviously you don't want to do 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes with no title or nothing like that. Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's just niggas talking.
That's just negligence at that point. Right. But we gonna get that part locked in because I do believe that this is gonna do what it's supposed to do organically because it was just so right how we did it the first time. It didn't feel like this scripted thing and the robotic back and forth and it wasn't like the average current event type of podcast where you're just dealing with the topic of the day, which not going to mean anything to nobody tomorrow.
The low-hanging fruit.
Exactly. Which is cool with episodes like this because if it's not time sensitive, you can put them out whenever.
Right. And
the topic still holds rank because of you're not dealing with something, what the hot new record was or what the latest rapper said or who fought somewhere in public. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, we'll do...
Yeah, of course. Current events and shit, but for the most part, we're not bound.
No,
we're not bound by that.
Because I like to expound on. We may take a topic that may be a current event, but that's only to break it down and get beneath the surface of what's actually going on.
Exactly.
I think people need that. That's more important than anything.
Exactly. And even just to go off what you said, to piggyback, lack of better words, but even as you're leaving, you meet my wife, and she was after you left, it was just like, oh, y'all got a great chemistry, great energy, and she's like, I like him. He's a good guy.
So, and that's what's crazy is I had the same conversation with my wife when I got home. It was kind of like them things like, yo, I met a, though I already knew you, like, yo, I met a great couple. You know what I mean? I think that means they say you want to get dinner and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's actually dope. It was a dope vibe. So it feels like, oh no, we supposed to do this.
We're supposed to, and that's great because at the bare minimum, we won. You know what I mean? Like we win because we build off it. And then really the conversation, I needed that conversation. You know what I mean? Just for fellowship, for brotherhood, just talking about what we were talking about was good for my spirit.
For sure.
Just like to get out there in life off of that. You know what I mean? Like walking out after having that kind of conversation made me feel a little bit more impactful through my conversation with my kids, with my wife. Yeah. Just a little bit more energized.
Yeah. I think men, a lot of times, especially in these spaces, it's sometimes it's too much of a thing. It's too much barbershop talk.
Right.
Because we're going to have that. We boys. We got barbershop talk. We're going to talk crazy. We're going to laugh and joke and do it all that part, right? But you don't want to just consume yourself with barbershop talk.
That's it.
You got to have the real conversation about what's your real life like, right? So it's hard to discuss and joke about me, personally speaking for myself. It's hard to joke about maybe like women of some sort.
Yeah.
When I'm a faithful, loyal, married man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And here's the thing that I don't want to be seen as is he or not. Like, I don't want people to look at me and be like, is he married? I think he married.
You want it to be obvious.
Yeah, like I want it to be obvious that I'm married, or obvious that I love my wife, obvious that I'm a faithful, loyal husband. So, and I think it's more powerful to admit that and then allow that to be a teaching thing that, look, somebody who is faithful. And I have my old past and I was a F nigga and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But who I am today, I think can teach a lot of people on like the ways you get through things. And then you come to this point where it's like, nah, like you got to man up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because your age don't make you a man.
No, and you're not. I feel like we as a whole, as a people, as everybody, we get into a habit of protecting our perfection.
For sure.
Like we're trying to
Ooh.
protect our perfection.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that doesn't help anybody but your own image.
And it's oxymoron because you're not perfected in any kind of way.
You're not perfected in any kind of way.
You know what I mean?
So
what are you working on? Like,
what are you working on? So when we do come out here and say that we are married men and we're trying to be the best that we can be and putting it on the table for everybody to see
these platforms,
on the platform, it allows for our mistakes also to be seen. You know what I mean? Like to be like, oh shit, he stumbled, or he messed up here, or he did this wrong, or he didn't like the way his wife did something. And when you talk about those things, it creates another path for people to have an understanding like,
For sure.
shit, it ain't perfect.
Well, because two things happen in that space, right? That's why you spot on. Two things happen in that space. One, you either paint the picture as perfect, nobody believes you. Because we know there's no perfect thing, right?
No.
Two, the other thing happen is if you do present your failures and then show your growth, it gives somebody hope that, look, like I can do that.
I'm relatable.
Or it's relatable and that's real.
Right.
Because I'm never here to paint myself as perfect in no kind of way, whether it was music, photography, my marriage, in no kind of way. I'm learning every day. Every day we're growing. I'm gonna make a mistake tomorrow about something. You know what I mean? So I think we keep showing that, like being vulnerable and being transparent. Because I feel like me being such a transparent. Look, sometimes I'll be so transparent. I gotta talk to my wife before I do certain things because I'll say almost not will, but I almost say anything in public because I'm not ashamed of my life.
Right.
But I'm also attached to someone.
Yeah.
So I gotta be leery about like, wait a minute, just because I may be cool with this,
You have a partner.
don't mean yeah. So sometimes I gotta reel it in. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I try to give you transparency and vulnerability just so. One, you can't use it against me.
Right.
And it's a teaching moment. Man, I'm messed up. I wish I would have learned the stuff I knew now years ago. You know what I mean? But my life turned out the way it is, and it's for good reason. God led me this way. So let me put this on a platform, put this out loud, or make this loud, and see what they get from that. If it's somebody that like that or want to learn something from that, my job is done.
Right. And I like what you said. Relatable. And it's real.
For sure.
It's relatable. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
It's
Real talk.
relatable.
That might be the podcast name.
Right.
See how I'm talking about organic? See what I'm saying? See? I just said,
Right.
Don't make it business. That might be it.
Relatable. You know what I mean?
That's all I'm saying.
Relatable conversations where people can.
That's literally the podcast name, bro.
Right.
There's no reason to even stretch. You know what I mean?
Relatable. Hey, that's called.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's so important. You know, when I realized how important it is to be able to see yourself in something, is when, you have your Obama supporters, you have your Obama naysayers that say he did this wrong or whatever. But what I will say that I don't think anybody can argue against how seeing that black man in the office made me feel as a black man.
Me too.
Like I promise you, I didn't think it was possible.
I thought about that night it happened. I thought about my grandmother, who didn't get to see it. She passed before that, but I thought about how there was a time she would have thought that had never happened.
Never.
So for me, I thought, and she's back the way that my mom was a devout Christian. She didn't hate anyone.
Yeah.
But she come from some hard times where, you get around some white people and you be like, I don't know, because
you got to have that
when
certain.
I was a kid, I couldn't go to every water fountain, every place and restaurant. And that's how she was rocking.
Certain reservations, like
just they stick with you, traumatized throughout life, never really dealt with it, never got in therapy, right? So they kind of stick with you. So you just do church and marriage, the old traditional things. You know what I mean? So, but when that happened, it was something dope to see, And we got over that fast, because kind of like in politics, I don't talk too much politics. Not that I'm very progressive in knowledge field in politics, but in politics, it's like, once you're in charge, quote unquote, in charge, of a whole entire country, then you're judged. Once we're past the hype about skin color and whether you're a woman or a man. Once we're past the hype of that, okay, now what you gonna do?
Right. Once we pass the surface level.
Then it's that. Once you're the first woman president, which would seem like Kamala will be, then it's like, all right, well, now you're in office, so what's up?
Now what?
We passed the black part, or if they want to argue if you're Indian or black, whatever, I don't care. Nothing about none of that. Now what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, so we had passed that Obama thing. But yeah, the initial reaction was tough. Yeah.
And it was just like being able to see yourself in somebody, being relatable. You know what I mean? Like it spoke volumes. You know what I mean? And then even afterwards, like people do get political and say things, but he's only as powerful as we make him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta if this is what it is, if we come together and this is what we stand on, we have to stand on it as one.
For sure.
And maybe we would be. I feel like we kind of fell asleep on him. You know what I mean? Like we kind of were like, like the adrenaline was up, riding, and it happened was just like, oh,
because life is real. Because that's the point I was making. Once we're past the skin color thing or gender or whatever, y'all make the next president, whatever, whether he's racist or whatever the case may be. What's up? Like, okay, what's up with these policies that you promised? What's up with these things you said you were going to do? What's up?
What are you going to do tangible that I can touch that's going to affect my life day in, day out?
So I understand why we put certain people in or why you would vote certain people in.
Right.
I get that. But once they're in, are you going to hold yourself to all this stuff you said you were going to do? You know what I mean? And then, so it's hard with politics because I'm, like I said, I'm not into politics like my mom is or like some of my friends are. But because my ultimate goal is, are you going to do what you're going to say?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're going to be about it.
Yeah. Are you? And most of the, I can't say most. I've been here since Reagan. I've been alive since Reagan. So for me, that's a lot of presidents that didn't do what they said they were going to do.
Right. And it's stuff on Reagan coming out just right now.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like a lot of stuff he thought about a lot of these presidents. I'm like, fam, how do you,
It's no way to police it. It's no way to stay abreast to everything that's happening.
Doing that nose thing. My nose is messed up right now. So.
Allergies is going on right now.
And I forgot I'm right in the mic. So I was like, all in my...
It's all good, man. And people, they understand
some of those out.
But it just goes to show, you know what I mean? Like, we can't just hold somebody accountable and then not do our part. You know what I mean? Like, in politics, like, we're never going to know everything, the ins and outs of it. Never. But what we do know is what we can do.
For sure.
Like, what we support and what we don't support. And I don't get caught up too much in the 100% support of one and then just 100% hate the other or disagree. No. Because if you're looking at it like that, you're not looking at it real.
And it's not realistic because somebody doesn't want in office is going to be in office. That's what's going to happen. Now, once that happens, how do you adjust?
Right.
No matter what side of the fence you're on, right? And here's the ultimate thing, right? No matter who's in office, my family has to survive whatever's going on in the world.
Right.
So the way I teach my son and what I teach him, what me and my wife imputing to our son and try to teach him. I mean, my son's grown now, 20. Yeah. But what we teach him, he's going to have to teach somebody one day. And then his kid's going to teach somebody one day. That's where the real change come in at, right? Because it's like, I can't change the world by myself, right? But I can do it maybe one individual, one person at a time.
Right.
Whether it's family, one of the homies or whatever, if you can inspire and motivate somebody to do something better, then maybe one day some people will move into position and change some things. Like, for example, I've always said the old guard has to die out.
Yeah.
Before some real change happen.
Right.
The fact that you can become a senator and almost never lose your seat up until like death is insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's tons of like old
or the Supreme Court.
80-year-old or the Supreme Court, right? It's like old 80, 90-year-old white men making plays. Yeah. Basically.
That can remember when he was racist. Oh, I remember when I was racist.
It was yesterday, right? You remember. You mean remember. Never forgot. Right? So for that to be a thing. So,
what you mean remember?
Yeah, what you mean remember?
That was yesterday. Right.
So,
exactly.
For that to be a thing, it's like, well, how can times change? We have this old mentality on, like, even me, right? Like, I'm older. I've never been that good at like fashion and dressing, right? So I just know how to match.
Right.
But that's even just matching is an old school thing.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, this black goes with this black. Or, oh, these blues match.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very old school thing,
Right.
right? So for me, I understand if they come to like, if I need to go somewhere to a fancy event or something where I'm going to be on TV or somewhere, whatever, I know I have friends that are stylists that I would lean on for like a look.
Right.
Right. So I understand that I have to hand that off to somebody because I'm not the demographic to know what I should look like in this spot. Right. Some people are. Some people, I got friends that are just fashion people that just know it. They got it.
Yeah.
Right. So with people that's are, you know, I'm not trying to compare. It's a power thing. Obviously, people who make laws, who pass laws, are in a better, greater position as far as some real change. But the problem is they're still thinking very old school. Right. A lot of things they're trying to pass and move through also they collide with like tech and with how advanced we are in the world.
Yeah.
Right. So it is, or like how advanced, don't get me wrong, I'm not into all the whole gender stuff and all the wars going on with gender wars and all stuff like that. But times have changed in a lot of ways. And however they change, that's on you to interpret. So a lot of these laws are very old school.
Right.
Right. And some of the old school laws, bro, we wouldn't need the computer for. If we get into some of these laws that are still in place in cities around, states around this nation, just this nation, right? Insane, some of the laws.
Right. In some of the places, you still can't intermingle races.
Sure.
It's a law that you can't marry outside your race.
For sure.
Anal sex is illegal. You'll go to jail for anal sex.
Dude, some people get married at 15 in some states.
Yeah.
Right now, in 2024, some man can marry some woman at 15, 16 years old.
Right.
Right. Never been changed. Never. So, and then there's other laws that are just stupid. You can't, don't chew gum. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just other laws that are crazy that have been written and never changed.
Right.
Which is the problem. Like, you know, I don't want to make this a political podcast, but you understand.
But it's life right now. This is
sure,
is relatable to what's going on in the world. Like
Absolutely.
right now, we have a vote coming up. We have an election. So it is something that is relevant to what's happening right now.
For sure.
And you bring up a point about, like, say, our grandparents. And there's one thing I will say, dealing with my great greats, my grandparents, my great uncles, my great aunts, they're a stubborn group.
Absolutely.
Like, I think back on
Absolutely.
they are a very stubborn group as we're more understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll sit through a conversation or like hear somebody out. I've been part of conversations or witnessed conversations where my grandparents or uncles are like, shut up.
Yeah.
I ain't listening to you, boy.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to.
This is grown folks conversation.
Grown folks conversation. I'm not wasting the ounce of energy
None of it.
on what the hell you're talking about. No, you know, if you do the lawnmower like this, if you pour the gas like this, it'd be more efficient. Boy, go sit your ass down somewhere and go do what I done told you to do.
Right. Because I do it a certain way.
I do it a certain way. And they were definitely creatures of habit.
The problem is for that, because it's the truth, is that the youth and our elders need to find that balance between. Because here's the thing, both of us are right.
Right.
Like, and depending on the topic, it may sway one way or the other, right? But both of us are right. Because there's a lot of things that are very old school, but traditional in many ways are good for different reasons, right? So tradition may hold true to a certain culture. So if your people are Choctaw Indian, whatever, and you're trying to hold the tradition of that, your family, your bloodline, then the young girls should be learning how to do a certain kind of tapestry or cook a certain kind of dish that they make,
right,
just to keep the tradition alive. Or I was watching this one show. This guy was in Alaska talking to some people that stay in Alaska, and I forgot what people were, what they were, their background. But some of the people spoke a language it's a language that's dying out.
Like Eskimo kind of? Like
yeah, but it was called something.
Okay,
though.
yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
But it's a specific language that certain people speak. Not a lot, because it's dying out.
And if they stop speaking, it's gone.
If they stop speaking, it's gone. So they have some parents were talking about how they were trying to teach kids the language because it's dying out.
Right.
And if y'all stop teaching it, it's like, you know, you went to school with, I may have a Mexican on me who whole family speaks Spanish. They just didn't teach him.
Yeah, I have a homie like that.
He just like, man, I never learned. Like,
I never learned
it. Right.
Never learned
so
it.
what happens now? That means he can't teach nobody.
Right.
So when they die out, he continues the bloodline or whatever. He can't teach his son. His son ain't learned nothing. They ain't teach, or daughter. They ain't teach nobody. Now Spanish is huge. It's not going to die out like that.
Nah.
But that in that bloodline, or whatever, it could stop.
It could stop.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why you got to meet in the middle with older and young, because there got to be a fine line with how we. It's a lot of stuff y'all did that will work forever,
Right.
like farming.
And
You know
they
what I mean?
like, this has worked for 50 years.
It's work.
You coming with a new thing. Is it going to work for 50 years?
Is it pure?
And I've
You know what I
done this, and this has kept me out. And that's another thing, is a lot of it has to do with a fear or trouble or messing up, right?
Yeah.
Which is an understandable fear for the time that they lived in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I get it. I 100% get it. But they're thinking like this, like, don't touch that when you go into the grocery store. Don't do nothing. Like, don't break nothing. Don't bring any attention to yourself, because we're trying to walk a thin line, and we're trying to get to the grocery store, and we're trying to get back to home.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
Don't do anything that's going to bring any attention. And so that was like a big part of it. And I 100% understand it, because they're like, this is how we survived, and this is how we've made it. We're under the radar.
Yeah.
And we're doing things that is kind of like challenging.
For sure. And to the point, in many cases, it changes with certain situations,
Right.
Or certain areas, or certain, you know, that probably worked in a certain kind of time. We understand that, because at a certain time, you probably weren't even supposed to be in this grocery store,
Right.
or this store or whatever, and understand why you don't want to touch them, because policeman gonna come or white man gonna come and you're gonna be in trouble.
Right.
But nowadays it ain't the same in every place, right? You go some states right now, they still got sundown towns,
Right.
right, where you just do not want to be caught in that town after dark. It's going down, and the laws will protect them.
Right.
Them, not you.
Because
You know
their
what I mean?
family members is the law. And this is,
Exactly. That's just how it is. That's how it goes down there. You know, it's unwritten laws in certain places, but yeah, you know, we should all work together and like meet in the middle where we can all unify. And there's always a divide, whether it's race, social status, sex status,
gender.
gender.
They're making so many more categories, so we can be
It's already divided enough. It's already divided enough.
My son goes to school with furries.
With who?
Furries. People that identify as animals.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so it's a trip.
Wait a minute. Wait. So we got to talk about this.
Let's go.
Your son, if you don't mind me asking age.
He is in the 12th grade right now.
12th grade, in high school.
High school.
And there's furries that are there. There's enough furries for it to, would you say, is a community?
It's enough there to where they have they have enough there to where they have rules and regulations to how much of their furry they can wear to school.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you can't wear your tail, but you can wear your ears and your and your hands for a certain amount of time, or a couple days a week type stuff.
Word.
I'm not joking.
Now, this was so,
and I was ignorant about it. I was ignorant about it, and I was joking.
Yeah.
And I was telling my son, I was like, dude, what you worried about? Your other people's perspectives and shit. This motherfucker's come to school as a squirrel.
Yeah.
Why? And him
I try not to laugh.
checking me like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's
is that offensive?
It is, because
I'm learning right. You gotta teach me.
Because it like, I was joking about it. Like, right. Why do you give a damn about what anybody thinks about you?
Right.
If this motherfucker's going to your school as a squirrel.
Oh, kind of putting that down.
Yeah, putting it down. Like, if they could go to school and not trip, why you?
So let me ask you this. So we can't. I know I think this is where they gonna go, but I'm now we here. I got to talk about it. So look,
You didn't go to school with a squirrel or a possum?
What, in '97? What? Do you know we would have what?
And we're not laughing at them.
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Shit.
Dude, you got to educate me, because look, it's Okay. First,
Okay.
let me get it straight.
Okay.
Okay.
Get the first
Here's
one
the
out.
serious
Okay.
question. No, serious question.
Okay.
One, furry thing is not a sexual thing.
No, it's
Okay.
not a sexual thing.
Okay.
It's an identity thing.
Identity thing.
Yeah.
They technically, are they identifying as a certain type of, I want to say, animal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like foxes,
Yeah.
rabbits,
Yeah.
squirrels, possums, raccoons,
Word.
like all kinds of things. I've seen a couple of them.
That's cool.
I thought my son was lying. I just was like,
Word.
shut up, fool. Like, cut it. But then he was like, look, there goes one. And I was like, oh. And because I've seen things on, it was like TLC where people would be like,
Yeah,
those weird people, they would
yeah.
eat like the inside of mattresses or
Yeah, I've
like
seen
love
that. Yeah,
marrying balloons
I've
or
seen
marrying,
that, yeah.
like stuff like that. And I'm not trying to say that this is what this is compared to because I am ignorant of that fact. But he goes to school with furries. Like kids that identify as animals. And outside of school, they dress up more as
They
animals.
fully probably is.
Fully. So like people are mascots now. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, that I've heard of it,
now do you think
but not past. What you about to say? Do I think what? Do I think what?
there should be laws for furries? Protection laws?
How many furries are here?
There's enough to where I know about it.
To protect, wait a minute, let me ask you this. Laws to protect furries.
Yeah.
Here's my ignorance to everybody maybe listening.
Like animal abuse.
Is that going on? Does
Like
that not count?
if you're to hit
as
a
regular
hit a
abuse?
furry,
That's not.
would that be considered animal
Is it
abuse?
child abuse or pet abuse? And is the time different?
But this is why I brought it up because it's like
Like,
where
nah,
do the lines?
I wasn't beating him. I was beating up the pit bull.
Yeah. That's what I'm like. I don't know. Like, but that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
How far do we go before it gets to like, no, this is what I identify as. And
Yo, that's wild.
because I'm just thinking
I
like,
don't mean that disrespectfully.
no, it's what like.
I have no clue. I'm
I'm
not.
not saying like wild animal. You're just saying like wild.
No, see. Don't do.
I'm trying to be serious.
I don't.
Like somebody walk in your house as a razorback. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo,
you an Arkansas fan? I pull razorback.
man, where you get a razorback outfit from? First of all, I never seen a real razorback. Let alone,
I'm a real one.
oh, see, look at me being dismissive. Look,
You're
see?
being disrespectful.
See?
Never met a razorback. Well, you have now. What do you think?
It speaks. Do they speak
I don't know if they. I don't
in
know.
class? Yo, I'll be. You know what? Nah,
I do think they speak.
Thank God I'm not in school.
I do think they speak.
Could you imagine you in high school right now?
Oh man, no,
With
I
everything
can't.
that's going on?
Oh man,
I
would be in jail. I know. I'll be in jail because I was a class clown. Also, you know what I mean. And I was
Dude.
I was a very insensitive knucklehead. Like I was insensitive.
I can see me in class raising my hand and telling the teacher, "Do you have a question, Mr. Harden?" Yes, I do, but it doesn't pertain to the lesson. I want to know how she's speaking English.
Is this Marvel? Is this?
Oh, you call them mutants? See? See? Look, I'm caught on now. I see what you're doing now.
But I'm just saying, it's so many. Look, check. Okay.
Yo.
So look at that. So my son, same son, got in trouble talking to his buddy in
furry?
line. No, just a regular.
Okay.
Oh wait, can't say that.
Oh,
Just a guy.
said regular like the furries ain't regular.
Right.
Got it.
Just a guy who he met or whatever, and his buddy, and from 9th to 10th grade. So 10th grade came along,
Yeah.
and my son was like, "Damn, dude, you lost a bunch of weight. Good shit for you, dude. Like, what did you do?" And he's just like, I changed my diet. I started working out and doing this all summer long. I did this
I
and this
thought
and
you
that.
were going to say hibernation.
No. I hibernated. Like, I hibernated. Like, I'm hungry now. I'm really hungry.
Matter of fact, I'll take that.
Got a lot of making up to do, dude. Slept that weight off.
I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. My bad. What happened? Say? What happened?
Oh shit!
I was in the gym. I was working out.
It was this he's working out, and he was very excited about his weight loss,
Okay.
his progress or his transformation, whatever. And there was a heavy set girl behind him, and she said, "You are being insensitive to people like me who can't lose the weight and have not lost the weight yet, and you're making me very uncomfortable and feel bad about myself."
He wasn't even talking to her? That happened? And what happened after that?
They had to go to the principal's office.
Your son and what the principal tell them? I need to know.
They said that you have to be careful with what you're saying. You have to be sensitive to.
That I'm getting my life together. Is she not?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know what?
Yes.
If that plays,
I was so mad.
I can run in any gym right now and get pissed at the whole gym.
Right now.
Right now. I have a complaint.
All these niggas. I'll put cases.
Wait a minute. Are you getting fit?
Hey, is that a fucking furry?
Wait a minute. I know. Is that a salad in my presence?
You bastard.
What? That's insane.
You didn't know I was coming in here?
How dare you do sit-ups? What?
Yeah, and made them feel bad. He had
That
to apologize.
is crazy.
Had to apologize. And gave them like direction on how to handle that situation. How to
You know the direction?
Yeah, it needs to be a private conversation.
So I got to talk about my working out in private?
I can't be excited about my progress,
My
personal growth, if somebody is next to me doesn't feel the same.
Now here's the thing. Seriously. What does that do to my confidence that I can't celebrate my own personal growth in public? Right? What does that do to my self-confidence? You want me to be confident out here, stick your head up, chest out, head up, right? But I can't. But I'm being told that my celebration of my own personal growth, I should keep it dormant or private. Why is that?
It is putting it on in a different perspective, a different glass. Like, we're not even going to celebrate your achievement, but we're going to cater to the mediocre.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, let's make the mediocre feel like
That's
they
crazy.
are. And mediocre might not be the right word, but you know,
right, yeah.
The unachiever versus the achiever.
It better,
that was worse. That was worse. The not as achieved as much.
Got it. Right.
The one that hasn't achieved as much as of yet.
Got it.
But it's in the process of doing that. But it's like we're catering to that more than we're celebrating the breakthrough.
Which doesn't help her.
Does it? It helps her stay in her position.
Exactly.
And that's
I'm big and I don't like that. I'm fat. Now I wouldn't be I'd be like, well, I celebrate you. Anybody do it, because I know how hard it is to do it.
Exactly.
So that's insane.
It's insane, but that's the participation trophies.
You're right. We're here.
We're here.
We're here. That's
the participation trophies where
that's crazy.
Somebody is overweight and they can tell you, Go celebrate that somewhere else.
It has to be like not in his case per se. I mean, yes, in his case for sure. But if that happens, it should be some kind of get back. I'm sorry, not get back. I don't mean revenge or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it should be that. It has to be something else done, because if it was my son that was talking to your son, I'm right back up to the school, right? And I'm saying how he should be celebrated. This should be celebrated, that he was disciplined enough to focus on one thing and then that be celebrated. Like any of these kids, We can celebrate her too. She loves pizza. Let's have a party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, you like to eat. We'll dance around you and let you eat till you fucking
Look,
choke.
we're gonna celebrate him because he lost weight. But guess what, Biggie? We're gonna have pizza there.
Guess what? Earthquake. We're gonna.
Guess what, Tugboat? We're gonna have pizza here.
Guess what? You want support? I got you. You want support? That's what you want. You want
You goddamn Razorback.
Yo, that's horrible.
It's horrible, and we're laughing at it because it seems unrealistic to us. It's
it's
so
unrelatable.
far.
It's unrelatable.
It's unrelatable
That's crazy.
because
She wasn't even a furry.
No, she wasn't even a furry. She was a heavy, and that was the problem. I'm a heavy, and you were, and you're no longer a part of our group.
Oh, that's what.
He traded.
Now we get to the roots.
We get to the roots.
That's what this podcast is for.
Yeah.
We see while y'all was dealing with the surface, because at first we dealing with the surface,
Right.
But it took Rio to break beneath the surface. She looked at him as a brother,
Yeah.
but now he's not.
A brother in fat. A brother in heavy, and you're no longer
skinny. Yo, that's horrible. I can't believe this is a real.
That's a real thing.
I can't believe this is a real thing.
That's a real thing. That's the furry.
That whole thing.
That
happened
whole thing is a real. It's a real thing.
What is going on in school?
Yep. It's a real thing.
See, now I sound like old school.
Now we sound old school, but the thing is, we lived a life where that didn't exist. They've never lived a life where that didn't exist.
Yeah.
So it's their norm. It's their norm.
Didn't know.
And then
Does he have furry friends?
no, he doesn't have any furry friends. He has furry acquaintances. Classmates and stuff.
For sure.
Well, when he first started school, they asked, "What do you want your pronoun, or how do you want to be referred? How do you want us to announce or call your name?" And my son said he wanted to be called Sire.
What'd they say?
Yeah.
They call him Sire?
Sire.
I love it.
AceboyRios.
Yeah. Yeah, you okay. Yeah, you
And he did that as being an asshole.
For sure. Y'all want to play? Okay, I got it. Call me King, please.
Yeah. You know, there's a certain names that you can't name yourself.
I heard King was one of them.
King is one of them, but I know kings.
I don't understand that. I heard that you can't God either.
God, Jesus Christ.
King, Jesus Christ.
But Jesus Cristo, you can.
For sure.
Why?
Wait, did you add the Cristo part on your own? I think you did.
Jesus Cristo.
I knew Jesus. I never knew somebody attached Cristo to it.
So you can't name yourself Jesus Christ, but you can name yourself Jesus Cristo.
They never did the Cristo part.
I think it's a thing.
I think somebody did.
I think somebody did.
And I'm offended that you don't believe me. And I'm going to tell the principal.
Right. And so all this stuff is so crazy. Oh, damn, I shouldn't have said that. All this stuff is so new and weird to me. That's another one. I should have said that.
Oh, weird.
All this stuff is so abnormal.
It's nuanced.
It's a nuance to me. It's
Good
a
word.
nuance.
Good word.
Nuance. Because I was at work before when the guy came in, Gerald, and I'm not going to get any deeper into Gerald.
First of all.
Whoa.
Hey, that's the podcast you run here, buddy.
Let's clean this out. Let me roll this in. let me laugh here, dude. Let me laugh.
Whoa.
A cool guy came in named Gerald.
Got it.
And we hired him.
Okay.
And
Shoot.
Gerald came in as Gigi. His first day at work.
I got it.
And Gigi was female.
Yeah.
Gerald came in as male.
Wait. He came in as Gigi.
No, he came in and interviewed as Gerald. And
when he came to work?
When he came to work was Gigi.
But y'all didn't hire Gigi.
No. But that's discrimination.
What you mean?
If we say we hired this versus this, He could be like, "What's the difference between just?"
I'm glad you asked. See,
Mhm.
I'm glad you asked. There, so you notice your name wasn't even the same.
Mm-mm.
There's differences that you are acknowledging that you don't want me to acknowledge the differences.
Yeah.
You came in as Gerald, right? You probably dressed a certain way, looked a certain way. You came in different. And then when your first day, I'm assuming, you came in as Gigi. I'm not sure if you dressed different.
Yep.
So everything was different.
Everything.
We didn't hire Gigi. If we would have hired Gigi, fine. But you weren't even confident enough to come in as Gigi. And I'm willing to, since I don't work there, so I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet that you didn't feel comfortable coming in as Gigi because you didn't think you would get the job as Gigi.
Yes.
So you trying to play us, come as Gerald, trick them, and I'm gonna turn into who I am outside of here.
Right. But he did that because of stereotypes
And the laws.
and discrimination and protective. But that's also like brothers or sisters having names like a wild name and putting down a different name so that they can get their application pulled. Yep. Because people do have biases. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, and I will say
so is
this.
that kind of fair then?
I don't know if it's to me, it's like misleading.
For sure misleading.
It's misleading.
Because if that happened on a date, what if somebody met Gigi, out in the streets?
Yeah.
And they thought she was pretty.
Yeah.
And then they went on a date. Then Gerald showed up.
Usually Gerald shows up after the act.
No, I'm saying, well, first date though.
Yeah.
What if he did?
He's going to continue to be Gigi.
No, I'm saying, what if he showed the first date as Gerald?
Oh.
He's like, what's the problem?
That would be unwise of him.
What's the problem?
He won't be able to finish the act.
What's the difference?
The difference.
You know how awkward that conversation is? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Your penis is hanging out. All right, you know what?
There's a thing. There's a thing here.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What's the difference? I thought it was going to be the opposite. I don't know if this is reverse role.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
World. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
That I'm living in is.
You know what? I'm actually not on a date. I'm the waiter, and I was actually just holding the seat for your date.
So do you think that you should have to announce?
Me personally?
Yeah, I do.
So I have two answers.
Okay.
Because it's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll give an example first, and this is why I explain.
Okay.
You know, I tell the women, or in my life, or my family, don't argue with men. Not because they're right, not at all. I just don't know what men nowadays are just outward. They're crazy.
Crazy.
So I'd rather you not get into a situation with a man, just walk away. So don't argue with a man, right? I'm not telling you to shut up and be quiet as a woman. I'm just telling you, since we don't know how he's going to react, or if he's getting aggressive, don't egg that on. Don't push that on. So what I mean by to apply this method is that if you don't want to announce, then it's almost like you aren't. I don't think it's. I don't think you should play with where this may go. Like, there's a lot of times there's consequences. When I say consequences, I'm not saying you deserve them at all. I'm not saying that at all. But if you hide and don't tell, I had I'm not gonna say her name. I had a guy friend years ago that turned into.
I said the name.
You did say the name. I won't say the name. So I had a guy.
So you're better than me. I fucked up.
I wouldn't say better. Underachieved. No.
Yeah, my level of achievement. But
but
you tried.
No,
I enjoyed the story. It wouldn't have been as good without the name.
I can't say that. I'm not saying.
No, mine wouldn't have been as good without the name. Like,
it wouldn't. Gerald is funny.
Yeah, and
also,
Gigi. You know.
Gerald turned to Gigi. First of all, is Gerald real?
Mm-mm.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Forget this conversation. You know what's funny? Lion is underrated.
Yeah, but no, it is.
It's comedy.
It's comedy. It's 100% relatable.
And outside of podcasts, I'm not that much of a liar. I don't lie a lot. I rarely ever lie.
Embellishing on jokes and stuff is like
that's hilarious.
I haven't embellished.
So that's what I mean.
I haven't embellished on anything I've said today.
For sure. And it's all been a fact.
It's all been a fact.
Even how you felt about it?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. So he hates furry. No, I'm messing with you. No, I'm messing with you.
I can't wait to meet one. I really cannot wait to meet one.
Dude, meet what? A what?
A furry.
Oh, okay.
Just like, imagine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a conversation person.
Yeah.
I would be very entertained. I hate to be entertained at other people's benefit. Like,
no, but I understand.
Like, it would just be.
I'm entertained by everything.
Yeah. And I would be very interested in that conversation. Like,
because I want to learn. I really want to know.
You want to bring a furry on to our next?
Do we know some?
I could talk to my son.
He don't know none. He's associate.
He's associate, but my son can.
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we can have that conversation together with the furry, because I'm not blaming you, but I think if I had to bet who gonna say a joke first, probably gonna be Rios.
I would conduct myself in a way that we would get a lot of views.
That's a great answer.
And that we get a lot
political too.
We would get a lot of views, and we would walk away from the conversation feeling very
more knowledgeable.
More knowledgeable.
Okay.
And I think it would be a win-win. Because
now can I?
Because it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Right.
The tortoise and the hare.
So I really want to know. I want to ask questions.
Me too. Maybe this can be the relatable. Maybe we can bring up and have guests that we are really interested in and want to talk to them about certain things.
That might be
because I'm not afraid to say I'm ignorant about a certain situation.
I'm 100% ignorant about that.
Like I'm not
about a bunch of things.
A bunch of things, and I would love to be able to sit down and talk with somebody, even a transgender, about what the process. Will Ferrell has a crazy movie out right now about his best friend who was on Saturday Night Live.
A word.
And this dude, his friend, went to be different from a man to a woman.
Okay.
But in the letter that the dude wrote to Will was like, you knew me as such and such, and you don't know, say it, Jessica.
Got it.
I don't know if we're friends anymore because you don't know me.
Oh,
And he was like, I don't know if we have a relationship. And so Will Ferrell it's actually a really good movie. Like me and my wife watched it. My wife was crying and shit. It was because
What's the name of it? Well, tell me after the show.
I'll tell you after the show, or I'll look it up so that they can. But it's Will and somebody. Okay. But Will Ferrell is not acting in this thing. It's his real life.
Oh, really?
It's him, and this is really his buddy from SNL. But Will Ferrell says, and this guy used to like to travel the country. He drove back and forth, and it's like a dive bar kind of guy. Like, and so he said, you know what? That's a great question. How about we travel the world, travel America together as you, and I can learn who you are and show you and protect you through these places you want to go to.
That's the movie.
Dude, it's so good.
That's fine. I need to know what that is.
It's so good.
Okay, I definitely need to know what that is.
At the end of the movie,
don't tell me the end.
No. I'm not gonna tell you. But at the end, you're just like, this is what the hell friendship is.
For sure.
It's such a great photo or a snapshot of friendship. What a true friend.
The fact that it wasn't about not understanding. It's about, let me learn.
Let me get to know.
Because I am your friend and I'm willing to learn.
Right.
So we should definitely get a furry. We got to get Ursula. The girl that was in line.
Yes.
The friend.
She's not Ursula's an octopus. She's not a furry. She's just a big girl.
Oh, wait. No. That was her name? Oh, the size is what. Okay.
Yeah.
She wasn't. I never even seen her.
She didn't have tentacles.
I got. First of all, I didn't even see her.
Yeah, you judging.
I got some processing to do.
Could be a Rasputia.
I got some. Is she black? Oh, so you're judging now.
She could be.
How?
She could be black. She could be. I don't know what she
How
was.
you know she don't got tentacles? Jackpot. Checkmate.
Could be elefante. I don't know.
Checkmate.
So I don't know. Great point. Great point. Great point.
But yeah, I'll be.
I think it would be dope. We have them sit right there on that couch over there, a little distance away, and just have another camera where it's on that, and then we can. I think that would be freaking dope.
That would be fire. Here's the thing. Depending on what kind of furry it is, how do you accommodate?
You ask what kind of kibble?
Wait a minute. You don't even know what kind of animal it is.
Seeds?
All animals eat kibble?
Well, like possum, squirrels, and the ones with fur.
All animals with fur eat kibble?
Like I wouldn't give a kibble to a feather one.
No, you wouldn't give kibble to
a cat,
lion either.
Nope. We will do our research. We will do our research.
First of all, that's offensive. If they walked in there was a bowl of milk, well, we don't know.
We don't know. It may be offensive to not.
Ooh.
So this is why you have to communicate. Everything is communication.
Yeah, so we won't do that part first. We have to learn. Then we ask, would you like milk?
Would you like something to drink?
Would you like a bone?
You don't have to be specific about the item. You let them say the item.
Oh, got it. Oh, because they don't eat bones. Do they eat bones or do they just
chew them? They clean their teeth with them.
Oh, so do you need anything to clean your teeth with? That what you was saying?
I would say, is there any accommodations that you need?
That's better. That's better because I would have messed that up.
Or they ask you to pet them. Would you accommodate?
I don't think so. I'm married.
You pet cats? You pet dog?
We don't know this.
You don't tell a dog, I'm married.
We don't know this.
Well, tell us. Share.
You have me there.
Hey, but look, it's a lot of interesting people. You know what who I want to interview? I do want to interview is a gay pastor. Like people that are like gay in the clergy or like in the
Yeah, when you said gay pastor, I figured out what you were talking about. You said, people who are gay in the clergy. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the gay pastor.
But it don't. No, I was saying that because it don't have to be the pastor. It could be like the music guy.
Well, he's always gay.
Yes, and I want to
not always. Just
but I want to ask them, how does it feel to be this way in this arena and maybe know that you're being judged or this and that? Like, how do you deal?
Got it.
Like, how do you deal with that? Or
with certain scripture in the Bible that talks about homosexuality.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
how the challenge in that. You know what I mean? That's maybe a challenge for you.
Yeah, because I don't think that's like the only one that you can really ask, because you can't ask a thieving pastor because they're hiding their thievery. You know what I mean? Like they're hiding their sin.
You have to know they stole it, right?
Right.
Somebody who's gay
outwardly, and you know what I mean? Like that's a whole different perspective. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, so is that what we're gonna do? Relatable. That's why
relatable.
We're bringing people. We're bringing communities that are maybe left out of the conversation.
Right. I think that'll be dope.
It takes you and I to think of things like this, because
we thought of the title. And that was not titled, the name of the podcast.
Sure.
And we just thought of the content.
That's fire. First of all, I'm going to say, I'm so excited about the furry conversation.
Dude.
I have so many questions.
It is going to be explosive.
Because I need to know, I think the only way you prep for that is knowing exactly what kind of furry is showing up. And if somebody wants to be a turtle, are they considered a furry?
Or a Shelly?
Or Shelly. Now we're asking the big questions.
Now these are the questions.
Now these are the...
A feathery? A skelly?
Feather Locklear?
Possibly. I don't know if they changed their name. Oh, so that goes to show how the lines are being blurred, though, right? Like the lines are being blurred. The further you go, the more things change.
But I think we're doing the work. We're doing the good work.
We're doing the good work
to unblur these lines, to the proverbial break the chains
Yeah.
of the miseducation.
Break the wall.
Break the wall. We're breaking the wall down.
Ayana, come here real quick, baby. Can you come here real quick?
She go to school with furries?
I'm gonna ask her.
We need inside information.
Mm-hmm. We do need inside information, and this is, dude. We just came up with a fire ass show. Organic. Like damn,
it's organic.
It's natural. Just naturally good guys. God is working through us.
Yeah, for sure.
And He wants these
Even
stories.
Now, God may not have made furries, but well, first of all, I don't know that.
He made animals.
He did.
Babe, do you work? Come here. Not on camera. Come here.
She said, absolutely not.
Do you work with any furries?
Uh-oh, that's offensive.
Why would you say what like that? Come here. Why did you say what like that? You almost were like offensive with that what? Or defensive.
I mean, maybe I do.
Have you ever dealt with a furry? Okay. See?
Really?
See? I told you.
I'm so excited about this.
Okay. My wife said not worked with a furry.
She has not worked with
She has not.
Is it by choice?
I don't know. My wife's pretty open person. The way she said what though kind of threw me off. I didn't think she was going to say that. I didn't think she was going to respond that way.
No, right. It just threw her. Yeah, I think it's new. We're all getting used to it.
So that's the crazy thing about it. Not the crazy thing. There's many crazy things about it. But I just presented the word to her.
Yeah.
Imagine if that door opened up and a furry.
Yo, you gotta chill.
What?
That whole visual just hit me. Imagine that door opened up.
Hey, I'm Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot is insane.
Nice to meet me.
Yo.
The possibilities are endless. You know what I mean? So,
I'm Crash Bandicoot is insane.
imagine Crash Bandicoot walked in here.
Your wife would have a fit.
Hey, but this is the world.
Hey,
so
man.
look, it is fun, it's laughing. Yeah, we can make light of it, but this is the real world. It's really happening.
I really want to know.
It's really happening.
And I'm very tough skinned. I joke about myself probably more than anybody. So I joke about a lot of things. So, but even in that, it's because I want to be educated in these things. I would love to know. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. If we did the podcast already, she wouldn't have responded like that. Because she would be educated.
She would be educated.
And she'd be like, you know what? I have not, but I would like to meet one.
Right. We're doing God's work.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you believe that you're ready
To have that conversation?
to have the meeting
With meeting.
with the furry coming to sit
the
down?
meeting before the show?
No. On the show, furry's here. The show's happening.
I'm prepared. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm not prepared, but I am ready.
So I didn't let you know. We have a furry here today.
Hilarious. I'm glad you're ready. Because here's
Imagine.
Dude, that would be the best thing ever if that happened.
Crash, come here. All right, no. Okay, we're joking, but this is funny, slightly funny, but it's just the things that we're laughing at. Look at how hard we're like entertained by this, and we're not laughing at them. It's just we're making light of it.
I'm
and
just
we're
ignorant
enjoying.
to it, and the way my brain thinks, I'm sure like yours think, so many things pop up.
You're laughing at my son's everyday life.
I'm not technically laughing at your son.
No, but we're like, but this is what he
For sure,
literally,
right.
his walk is past this and this and that.
So, more furry questions.
Okay.
Can they be dangerous?
If they have rabies.
Wait a minute. Yo,
Yes. Yes.
they can be dangerous.
Yeah, and it might be double dangerous because they probably would be half furry, half human at that time and like using their fingers and appendages like
So they can hold you down.
Mm-hmm.
A raccoon technically can't.
No. Oh, a raccoon can. Raccoon has
But Roger can.
Roger cannot.
He cannot hold you down? Roger has hands.
Yeah, but raccoon cannot.
A raccoon can't. See?
These are
just that there was
great
confusion right there.
There's
Just the fact that I didn't know if we were talking about Roger or a raccoon.
So if they get rabies, do you take them to the hospital or the veterinarian? It's the difference of opinion. Like, what do you do? And so
one can be a waste of drive. And if I make it to one,
when you make the phone call,
is it too late?
Do you say I have a rabied raccoon?
Or is Roger crazy?
Yep. That's a dilemma you can find yourself in. That's a dilemma you can find yourself in.
I don't even know. So, furries, we can't be on this the whole time, can't we?
We could be on whatever the hell we want to be on.
Okay. Are furries, from what you've heard so far,
Mm-hmm.
are they furries 24/7? I'm sorry. They are furries. Right?
They are. I don't know.
It's not like they turn it off.
I'm sure they have to take off their ears and their gloves to shower.
Why? They're furries.
Do furry shower.
And why did school make them take pieces of them off?
Because it would be too distracting.
So naked furries are walking around school.
Yes.
Interesting.
But this, now let's get to the crazier part. Let's get a little serious. They just allowed our brothers and sisters to wear protective hairstyles to Catholic school.
All right.
But you'll allow somebody to dress up as Sonic the Hedgehog, but I can't wear my hair in braids, which is actually protecting my natural hair. It just passed. Like my daughter's school, she's just,
wow.
Kids are just, when my 12th grader went to the Catholic school, you couldn't have a protective hairstyle.
Wow.
And we had to cut his hair because it had to be kept a certain kind of way.
Oh, so y'all conformed.
We conformed. But now it seems as if the world is conforming to, do you think that the world is going too far, or we should just let people be what they want to be?
In so many ways, yes, I think the world's going too far. Seriously, yes. The world's going too far in so many different ways. And with the hair thing, I hate that it's 2024 and we are still so far apart when it comes to understanding culture.
Mm-hmm.
It takes me a second to understand culture.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is if I didn't know something about, put it like this, if you talk about furries today, obviously when I go home or I leave here, I'm going to Google and look all that stuff because I want to know.
Right.
And I hope we seriously do have a conversation with a furry.
Yeah, I think it would be dope.
Once I got it, I got it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? And I joke about everything. Even myself, like I said, I joke about everything. So, but once I got it, I got it. Now, I'm not fighting culture. For example, in the prison, they don't make people who are Rastafari, they don't make them cut their dreads.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, okay. So, but what about everybody else?
So that's
not in prison. I'm talking about like
no, I get it because that's religious reasons, right?
Right.
I guess a Catholic school is like, well, that's not a Catholic. That's not Catholic.
Not a Catholic thing, but there is no rule for Catholic. What is the Catholic hairstyle?
Right. And that's the thing. Like, so there
And
is
if
no.
if you go black, right? It's just that if we go black or any other indigenous, whatever, there's many Catholics around the world.
Right.
So once you start breaking into different cultures, you start to mess with culture.
Right.
And religiously, in religion, God didn't ask him for any of that. Now, in the old times, yes, you can find in the Leviticus, there's rule where you don't shave.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that
yeah.
was for those times and those regions, for very specific reasons. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robert. So it's for me. I always just go to racism. I just gotta go. I gotta do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can't find no other reason makes sense.
What logical reason could you
You
have?
can't if it's not bothering nobody. It's not a gang thing. Doesn't mean I didn't. Now you can say don't wear a shirt that says something offensive on it.
Yeah.
I get that. My hair being braided or any kind of protective style, whatever. And once it's been explained to you, you may not know culture. Once the culture speak up and say, "Hey,
This is
this is our hair, and this is how we wear protective styles for our hair." Once you explain, you see, I'm not lying. I'm not the only one. That's it. It should be it.
That should be it.
So the fact that I'm fighting that, I automatically go to racism because you don't do that with no other culture.
No other culture. And that was at work. Jobs.
For sure.
Used to discriminate against
For hair, yep.
for hair. And there was a sister that I don't know if she got reprimanded for her hairstyle, hair color. It was her hair. Whatever it was the sister's hair. So they wouldn't let her wear her hair like that. So for the rest of the year, she came in as a costume, a Halloween character every day.
Wow.
And they didn't say one thing to her about being dressed as a Halloween character.
So that's which shows that's why you only point to racism. It's like you hate my people so much that you don't even care what we do outside of that. As long as you don't do y'all.
As long as you don't be you.
How am I even here?
It's okay for me to dress up like it, but I can't wear my hair.
Yeah, it's insane. It's actual insanity. But to my point earlier, that's why the old guard has to die. They have to go. Because, look, one thing I learned watching, being out here in the streets when all the Black Lives Matter stuff was going on,
Yeah.
and they was rioting in Beverly Hills and in Wilshire and Sunset and all that, and Melrose, I ended up driving through there, doing Uber stuff. I used to drive through there. And it was majority white, Asian, Hispanic, other people.
Yeah,
Like, yes, there were black people out there,
of course.
but white people were out there in droves. And what it showed me was, and I mean, like, they had adults, obviously, but it was a lot of young people. They not even looking at that the same. Yes, my parents' ancestors did this, but we ain't on that.
We ain't on that.
Don't get me wrong, I can't speak for all of them. A lot of them, they aren't on that. We see the school and colleges every day where somebody saying something racist,
Right.
doing blackface and doing some racist thing. But it's a lot of the youth nowadays, they just not on that. They go into the same schools, they listen to the same music. A lot of the lines with hip hop are blurred. So we're growing up together, essentially. That we're moving back into the same, like even with gentrification makes people deal with each other, move in the same areas where you got to deal with each other.
Right.
So now, instead of my neighbors only being black and Mexicans, now I have white neighbors.
Right.
So once you become friends with this person for 15, 20 years, you don't learn so much. It's hard for you to see outside of what you know about your neighbors and stuff like that.
Right.
So, which is kind of what is needed. I'm not saying gentrification as a whole. There's obviously times and different circumstances, right? But man, it's all about old have to die out. The younger creating something new, they bring in a new energy, and I think that energy in some ways are way more helpful than what we've been doing.
Right.
And then a lot of ways is way more harmful because they're young and they're just doing stuff.
I would say, let's go. Our older generation, we're more understanding than them.
Understanding that what?
Like of certain things. Like we're more understanding of the way of life. Like, okay, this has changed. This is okay. The generation under us is more accepting. We're
Somewhat.
Understanding. They're more accepting. Like,
I see what you're saying. I see right. I see what you're saying.
You know, like, and it's just like as it's progressed into what it is now, and we have a hard time like turning that switch off or on because we never known that.
For sure.
And this is all they've known.
Yeah, they grew up in this. So yeah, you're right. They can easily accept things, which is could be in a lot of cases part of the problem.
Right.
That you are just accepting stuff, and a lot of us are examples of why or why not you should. You know what I mean? Like, you know the old saying, "I've been your age before, you ain't never been mine."
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where a lot of times we just trying to teach you something like, "Hey, I'm trying to tell you this ain't gonna go right. How you think it's gonna go, it's not gonna go right
that way.
with whatever it is, you know."
Yeah.
So, but also a lot of us older, the old heads, we need to understand when they are doing what needs to be done as far as like times are different. We're in a new era, and they should be doing that right now, whatever that is, as long as it's not hurting nobody or themselves, you know.
You don't need to write a check.
Yeah, it's man, they don't even see the check.
You don't have to balance your checkbook.
yeah, that's not even a thing.
It's not a
you know
thing.
What I mean? You know.
And I remember that very well. My grandma balancing her checkbook, writing checks and this and that, like having her written out, itemized. You know,
it's like somebody giving you their home number. You're like, what do you mean your home number?
You got Instagram?
Yeah, you got
like
you got a cell phone. Why would you have a home number?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Does your cell not go home?
Yeah.
Does it travel home with you?
Right. Are y'all
you leave your cell phone in your car.
So why would you? Yeah.
But that's so okay. Let's because we're talking about some stuff now, and we're the acceptance, right?
Yeah.
But with that acceptance, I know how I feel. I want to ask you how you feel. Do you feel there's an attack or something against men right now? A strong man? Like
yeah, for sure. I feel like not it started, but I could have. It could be an argument said that when people started throwing the phrase toxic masculinity in the mix, a lot of it started with there's others that would say for Black people specifically that it started way back before EBT and Wick and all that.
Okay.
Trying to
get the men out of the household.
Yeah, trying to separate the black family. Some people could say it started with what's her name, Margaret Sanger, and I watched this old documentary called Mafa 21.
Mm-hmm.
It's ill. It talks about they were trying to come up with a plan to basically stop Black people from existing. So
really,
Margaret Sanger and some other people, other white men.
Margaret Sanger, she's the one I don't know. Is she the one that does the abortion clinics?
Yeah, Margaret Sanger. Yeah,
okay, yeah,
right. Way back then, right?
Okay.
Came up with the
Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. Yeah.
Came up with the idea of like, look. So when you got examples like Black Wall Street and all that, it's like, okay, we can't just move them to a certain area. We gonna have to deal with them, right? We moved them out to an area. They got the area cracking.
Right.
Black Wall Street happened.
Right.
You know, they're over there thriving at airports, restaurants, schools, hospitals,
banks,
cracking over there, right? And then y'all got so jumped. First of all, they not even by y'all.
It took a year for the currency to leave. $1 to leave the community. It took a year.
Y'all so bothered by the success of that, y'all went back over there and burned it all down in one day, 12 hours, something like that.
You know they have accounts of bombing.
Absolutely.
It's not just
on U.S. soil. Yes.
That they bombed.
That's very important to say. Cause it wasn't just burning. They were bombed on American soil, a neighborhood in Oklahoma. Right? That happened. And just because you didn't want it to exist, right? So Margaret Sanger thing was, and her and her crew was to, you have to quote unquote kill the nigger at the baby.
Damn.
Right? That's because if you let them live, they will thrive and survive.
Right.
Right? You and I are examples of that. They were supposed to kill us off. They tried, they wanted genocide.
Right.
They hate us that much. It's insane. Yeah, I think at those times, you just now meeting us. It wasn't even like we spent thousands of years. First of all, we've been here for thousands of years. But what I'm saying is that you started that to kill us at the baby. That's why Planned Parenthoods be where they at in these different neighborhoods, and they want you to get rid of your baby because they want you to stop producing kids. And also, the fact that when you do have baby with any other race, sometimes it seems like the joke is that the black takes over.
Yeah.
But that's because y'all had the one drop rule.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So y'all said that.
Y'all said that. Y'all made the brown paper bag rule, the one
y'all
drop
had the
rule.
rules, like, you know. So it's interesting to see. What's the original question? I forgot the original question.
About the attack on the man, like the man
so
right now.
So
And you
it
got
started-
into like
the arguments of where it could have started, right?
Yeah.
But when you talk about the EBT part,
welfare.
yeah, that was a huge part of it. That was a huge part of they gave our women a choice,
Incentive.
to like, yeah, you can have it, you can get this free bread.
Just he
We
can't
got
be
it
in
for
here.
you, but you can't have a man in there, which is insane. And a lot of women made choices on that where you start telling yourself you don't need no man because the government got you.
Right.
Government don't really truly got you. And if that's what you want to call got you, all right. You know what I mean? But it's a trap.
It's a trap.
For you to be lazy and follow and you just use this. Like, we all need help. So I'm not shitting on everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you peep what's going on, the fact that a lot of y'all made choices for your man to not live with you, or you almost passed, some of y'all, I'm sure, passed about marriages, relationships, or whatever the case may be, to get that little amount of money y'all got every month.
And then they came to the point where they're like, oh, they're lying to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what? This shit's not working. It's not working fast or good enough. Let's drop a little crack in the situation.
Yep. Reagan, with my era coming up.
Let's drop a little bit of.
And how ironic that Reagan, Nancy Reagan, came up with the DARE program.
Yeah, just say no.
How crazy is that?
Just say no.
Ronald's slanging the most dope.
Most dope.
I don't even know why we have documentaries on Frank Lucas and shows Snowfall and all that. But do one on Reagan about really slanging.
Dude, he was going to Nicaragua, the Contra, supporting the rebels.
He was getting them off.
Overthrowing a government with dope. He used dope here to overthrow a government over there.
For sure.
Like, those are the real, like I've been getting like really into like history, right? Because like all the history they taught us is so watered down.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they taught us the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
If you do your research and really read up on the 13 colonies and the East India Company and the taxation on tea, and like, that shit was violently dirty and violently ridiculous.
Yep.
And you start thinking about it, like, why did those people flee over here? What? Oh, they were running from tax. They were running from this. They were running from freedom. They wanted freedom of religion. They wanted this. Like, if like just reading it and looking into it is just like, damn, if they would have taught us the true story.
And why would they do that?
Right. Empowering. It would be empowering.
Yeah, why would you do that? Because if I'm the ones who conquered,
right,
I'm not going to write about all the heinous acts we were doing, throughout this whole history.
Whole history. Was it to victor go to spoils?
Yeah,
but the
sure.
winner writes the winner of the war writes history.
Absolutely. So I don't even expect it. You know what I mean? I expect to hear, like, get the truth through. That's why social media was good, right? It's the good and the bad. It's like, it's good because I don't have to rely on just a couple of news sources to give me all my news from around the world.
Right.
Right. Because we know those news sources have been compromised. But also, social media is almost access to too much information, and I don't think it's healthy for any of us to have that much access to that much information at one time, because part of the problem is not knowing what's real or what's not.
Right.
And a lot of us aren't doing the research. So when you come across one, then that becomes law for you.
That's enough.
When there's an opposing maybe thought on it, and now you got to do the work to find out what's real. So social media is putting us all in a bag where we all think we just know. Yeah,
and then it feeds. And I'm gonna get back to the masculine toxic masculinity, but when you research, that's the crazy thing. When you used to research back in the day, you used to have to go to the library. You used to have to go.
Yep.
And nothing would feed your research, right? So now when you research on your phone, your phone starts feeding you
For sure.
that narrative of research.
Yep.
Like if you're not researching both sides
Yeah.
and you're more biased towards one, it's just going to keep giving you that.
Which makes you feel like you did your job with Google, so it must be a fact.
It must be a fact.
Like, no,
and
that's
they're
not
not
how
even,
Google
now,
works.
now they're not even pushing
Exactly.
the other narrative or the other side of the story or the other outlook.
So imagine when media outlets do it. I'm talking about like that.
Yeah,
what you just said.
yeah.
Or some big podcast, they just saying stuff out loud. And I'm like, yo, did you even do any research on that? Before you just spewed it out to the public like that. You know, so it's wild. It's crazy when you think about all that. You know, it's overwhelming at times. Also,
It's overwhelming because it's just a endless amount of information.
yeah,
You can look up something and just keep going and then branch off
Yep.
into this and that, and now you're somewhere where you didn't even start.
yeah,
And you're just like, oh shit, I'm over here. But I do appreciate access,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because for so long, the denial
We'd
of
have-
access
yeah, for sure.
was there. But now with ChatGPT and AI and all that stuff, like it is so funny to me that it's really a dumbing down of your mental. Like, no, you don't have to write this. Ask
Right.
me.
Right.
I'll write it for you.
Right.
You don't have to do not calligraphy, but cursive.
Mhm.
You don't need it. You don't have to do this. Anything you need, you can ask ChatGPT or AI, and it'll do it for you.
But that's scary too, and that's scary because I'm right in the middle with technology. Right? I love technology, right? And whether any new things, inventions, creations, phones, computers, I love it. But I have a lack of like love as far as like the people that are in power here. So with that being said, it's like I never know. Well, I lost my train of thought. Shoot.
You're in between on technology.
Yeah.
like-
So, but I never know what's real or not. So this is what I mean. I'm sorry. So, since it's hard to trust anybody,
Mhm.
and if you do your research and you got two opposing ideas on Google, whatever. So it's like I got these two opposing ideas that I'm looking at, whatever. But it's like once you look at something, then the algorithm starts chasing it.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking at two opposing ideas. So it's a continuum of two opposing ideas. And you got to decipher out which one is the one. And if you're not good at research, which most of us aren't, like we say we research, but research for a lot of people is searching in Google bar and picking the first thing that came up.
Right.
Like, oh, it's a fact because
Right.
it came on Google. No, that means somebody SEO was right. My SEO was real good.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't understand that because you don't know anything about technology or anything. And what happens is it becomes a horrible job when people do that research, that so-called research, and then plaster that BS
On social media.
social media, big platforms, right? It's like what kind of misinformation? If we say something crazy right now in the podcast about like a crazy stat or like a headline, and then people come here and be like, "Yo, that's not even true
Yeah.
at all." And are we cocky to be like, so what? It
We don't
ain't
need
true,
to redact
whatever,
that.
But
You don't need to redact that. Who cares?
yeah, whatever. And then now it just lives out. It's just like, dude, it's not even true. And what kind of effects did that have with people when they come across this stuff? What kind of effects do they have when they see stuff that's not true? And then now they go telling somebody just for somebody to tell them like, none of it was true. That whole timeline wasn't true.
So you mean my last 2 weeks of living, the way I was operating I was treating people this way
Right.
based off this, and it wasn't real. Like, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Fox came out and said that they are an entertainment company.
Wait. Fox at your son's school? Or?
No, not Foxy.
Oh, got it.
Fox
Okay,
News.
okay, sorry.
Fox News.
But see, that's where the confusion comes in at. Now I don't know if we're talking about furries or animals, which is a furry, right?
Yes.
Or a news outlet.
A news outlet. Fox News
Got it. Okay. Fox
lost
News.
a lawsuit
Mhm.
for $1 billion almost. Rupert Murdoch. Basically, their defense in the court was, if you believe anything Tucker Carlson says as fact, you're a complete idiot.
Wait. Fox News. I'm sorry. Rupert Murdoch sued Fox News?
No, Fox News was getting sued for putting out false information purposely.
Okay.
And they were fighting it that Tucker, it was about the attack on the Capitol.
Yeah.
So they were like putting out stuff about Trump or whatever information. And they were putting out false narratives, false information purposely, knowing it was a lie. But Fox's defense was, we're an entertainment company. We're not a news outlet. We don't.
Wow. Wait, so it don't say Fox News?
It says Fox News, but they're saying like
We're entertainment news.
We're entertainment. And
Yo.
if you are to believe what Tucker Carlson says, you are an idiot. You're a fool. And it is opinion based, not fact based.
Did people believe that? Did they drop it?
They still lost.
Oh, they still lost.
They lost for $1 billion. But that was their defense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Guess what, Rupert Murdoch?
Wow.
You know about Rupert Murdoch and In Living Color?
No.
So, In Living Color.
Now, Rupert Murdoch is the guy that did Succession, right? Got it. Okay.
So, In Living Color and Rupert Murdoch, In Living Color did the halftime show one time, and then they like realized like, oh shit, we can do this. But Rupert Murdoch was Fox. That's when Fox was In Living Color, Rock.
Yeah.
They had all the black shows.
Yep.
And then once those black shows built up Fox, and they got the football, they got NFL. They got rid of all the black shows.
And wait, why? Oh, because of
he garnered the attention he needed.
Yeah.
He built his shit up.
Wow.
On the backs of
blacks.
You know, and not even just the actors, but the support of us watching.
That's crazy.
Guess what Rupert Murdoch owns right now?
What's that?
Tubi.
Really?
What is the main movies on Tubi?
Yep. Black.
So now Tubi is being promoted on the sides of TVs.
I see that.
Like Netflix, Prime. Tubi.
Yep.
So what do you think is going to happen as soon as he gets big enough? His platform is going to change. Again. To what he wants it to be.
They just get money.
They just getting money.
Damn.
But that's Rupert Murdoch, and that's media outlet, and that's brainwashing. And that's why I say like all this news stuff and all this media and these algorithms are force feeding you. You are willfully being brainwashed.
Let me ask you a question. Money question. If someone offered you $20 million.
A lot of money. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. They want you to... I got the question, but I don't know if I want to ask that question. Let me ask it, then maybe I can fix it or flush it out later.
Okay.
If somebody was, let me not say 20. That's high. That's more than. Let's say $5 million. Somebody wants to pay you, Rios. I got $5 million. I need you to entertain me, right? And I don't mean like nothing weird.
Yeah,
no
just
weirdo stuff. It's like, what do you think you would do?
Like what would be my form of entertainment?
What would be like $5 million worth of Rios entertainment?
I would probably try to do some comedy.
Word?
I'd probably try to do some like poetry or some written poetry or something.
Dude.
Because I don't know what else could there's nothing else that I think I could do.
So the question, basically the question asks, what do you do that's kind of like, not what do you do in that kind of way?
Do I think it's worth $5 million? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Maybe $75.
No more than that. Maybe $75. I'll be thinking about that. Like
if somebody paid me $75 to do stand-up comedy, I would go do it.
Have you done stand-up before?
No.
Is that something you're interested in?
No, but
okay,
I would.
You do it for $75.
I do it for $75. I'm not. The thing is, I'm not afraid to get booed off stage.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't bother me.
It scared the hell out of me.
It doesn't bother me. Like it,
really?
because it's to me, it's hilarious.
Right. To get booed?
Like it's entertaining. Like nigga, I'm up here.
That you forgot?
Like I'm fucking up or whatever. Like that
Dude.
y'all don't like me or y'all don't think it's. I would
be
laugh.
embarrassed.
Afterwards, I would be in the thing like, nigga, did you see that nigga throw a tomato? Like, because it's like I don't put much value in that. Like, it's like either you like me or you don't. Like, I would do Apollo. Nigga, I would go on Apollo as a singer right now.
Can you sing?
No. But I don't.
Do you believe that everybody has a price?
No. I don't think everybody has a price. Like, so everybody has a number that they want to get paid. Like, I want to get paid. For sure. But when I think of everybody having a price, I think of everybody willing to do anything for that, being willing to do anything for that number. And I don't have a price because there's things I won't do for money. For sure. But I still am immature enough to where I'm like, I would do this and sacrifice my life so that my family could continue on to go. Like I still have that ignorant thought sometimes.
Yeah, and I'll be thinking, I'm with you on that because you have these thoughts and these ideas of how big your dreams want to be. With whatever it is you create or whatever you want to do, and you got a family and all that. So I'm right there with you. So,
good.
Mm-hmm.
They asked me on Ace Boys Worldwide. Caleb Williams from USC was a quarterback. He painted his nails. And I said, that's not something that I condone in my household.
Right.
You know, like I don't want my sons painting their nails. That's just not something that my sons don't even have their ears pierced.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you got to wait till like where I was 10 years ago. I was like, you need to wait till you can't get a tattoo until you're 18, until you can pay for it to do it. But I was like, I wouldn't condone it. I wouldn't want my sons to paint their nails. There's certain things I don't want them to do in general. Yeah, that's one of them. And I'm not gonna let my son perm his hair. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna let my son shave his hair on his arm. Like it's just certain things.
Yeah.
And that's just me being a father and just how my upbringing. But then they were like, for $100 million, would you paint your nails? I said, me? For $100 million? Nigga, what color?
Now you're gonna paint your son nails.
No. I would paint my nails.
Why not?
He would have to, I wouldn't let it. Because I know my strengths, I know my beliefs.
Yeah.
I don't know his strengths and his beliefs just
yet.
But
it's a one-time payment.
No, not for him. For me, yeah. For me.
I said because it's a one-time payment and, it ain't like it's nothing you can't teach there.
Right.
It's like you paint his nails and though you probably can't tell him, I'm sure that'd be in a rule somewhere,
right.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that
yeah,
that it's most likely gonna come off the next day or whatever, and now y'all hunt it up. And you can have that conversation right after that if need be. But I feel you, because
then you say, but then you're like, what's your price?
Yeah.
Like I know I know mine is solid. I know my belief. I know my foundation. Like I'll do this for my family, whatever. It was when I was first dating my wife. I wrote a list of certain things that I was willing to go to jail over.
Word.
And so
what's some of those things?
Oh man, the list has gotten a lot smaller.
Okay, for sure.
As I've matured, but one of them was if somebody mushed my daughter's face at a park.
Oh shoot!
Like that was one of the ones that she was like, She was like, parent, kid. I was like, it don't matter. Like, I don't want nobody mushing my daughter's face.
That's crazy.
But that was my standard was super low, like things that I was willing to go to jail over.
Oh, okay.
And as I've grown, matured, it's like, okay, you want to be away from your family? You want to be away from your kids forever because of this?
Right.
Because if somebody got you to act out of character? Oh, because somebody called you a bitch? You willing to go to... You were willing to assault somebody and go to jail for however long? No. I'm not willing to go to jail over bitch. Like, I would make sure however it was handled, I wouldn't go to jail, of course. But, like, it's certain things that, like, I'm not tripping off of what Sally says to Susie. It's more about
what... for sure. But protecting your own is completely different.
Right.
And do you find... Shoot, it's crazy how I don't have. Well, I listen to a lot of men-based podcasts, like Joe Budden and stuff, whatever. But what is so? It's funny we talk about men and we talk about mental space. We kind of, I think we may have touched on this last time too.
Okay.
But maybe we talk about mental space and like what protection looks like, right? And there's this thing where men are only good for like protection or money or
I have
whatever.
a great story for you right now. Like,
I want to
keep
hear.
going.
I want to hear. I want to hear.
So, me and my wife were cleaning up, and you know, like when you're doing stressful stuff, like are doing stuff, and you're both moving, you kind of get into your little tit for tats or whatever. Or you're at a grocery store, or you're driving somewhere far, or you guys got the kids, and then you get out the car, and you're like, all right, whatever, like we're fine, right?
Right.
But we're talking about some stuff, and I forgot how we got there. And I was telling her, I was like, I'm the male lion. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the male lion don't got to do nothing until it's time to kill something. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that value is not there.
Right.
Just because it's sitting idle.
Yeah.
And so she was like, what are you protecting? I was like, I got the G's, I got the this, I got the this setup. And she was like, you ain't never going to have to do none of that, use that. But I was like, there's the possibility. That's there. That same night, I go to Ace Boys Worldwide. This girl done set a fire in the kitchen.
Wow.
Our newly remodeled kitchen.
Wow.
She had steak too high up.
Yeah.
And the broiler on. So the steak caught fire. And
she had stepped away?
She was in there and panicking.
Oh.
My youngest son calls me, Dad, the house is on fire. I'm at Ace Boys Worldwide. And so
oh, wait. You knew he was talking about that house?
Huh?
You knew what house he was talking about?
No. He was here at our house. This was here.
Oh,
this last Friday.
I thought you said you was at Ace Boy.
I was.
You was there, but the cook was going on
here.
God,
and
okay,
so
my bad.
son calls me from his iPad, my youngest, and is like, Dad, what do we do? I see Ayana in the background.
Yeah.
They're running back and forth, panicking.
Okay.
So I'm on the phone. I said, JJ, grab a towel, open it up, pick up a towel, and just take it, open the front door first. Open the front door, go get a towel, open up, pick it up, and just take it outside. While she's running, just letting it burn.
What was it on?
It was on a pan. A cookie, like a cookie pan.
Yeah,
But she cooks the steak like she cooks on one side, and then she puts it in the oven. But it's a new stove, so the racks were way high, and she just put it in the high rack, and the broiler caught fire to the.
Oh shoot!
And so
wow,
I got home.
Is that why y'all doing?
No.
Okay,
no. This is after remodel. Nothing's messed up.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So as I come home that night I get home probably like 2:33, and I was like, babe, how'd that happen in the kitchen? She's like, such and such. I was like, dang.
Wow.
I was like, ain't you glad you got me?
You need to add that part. Yeah. I mean,
I had to add it.
Every chance you get,
because it was that day that she was laughing and joking.
For sure, yeah.
I was like, see?
Yeah.
They called me. You didn't even know they called me.
Right.
And I'm seeing your ass in the background.
You said they called me Jesus Cristo.
But it's like value. There's value.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not if it's being used every day. It's that it has to be accessed.
Yeah,
it has to be readily available.
Yep.
And it's like I do that for you. Like there's nothing I won't do for my family. Right.
For sure.
Like I said one of my videos that had got a bunch of engagement was when I said I would die 1,000 deaths every day so my daughter can have one more minute to breathe.
Wow.
Like that's how much I value and love my daughter. I would sacrifice and die of a very painful death 1,000 times just to get one more minute with her. You know what I mean? Like
it's tough. That's a tough conversation because, oh shoot, even thinking about that,
right.
Thinking about somebody, my family, my son, you know what's crazy? Some ill shit I do though. First of all, I need therapy. I had my second session of therapy yesterday.
Good.
It was Saturday. I'm sorry.
Do you like your therapist? You like your therapist?
I do.
Okay, good.
I do. She's super cool.
Okay.
She really be offering a lot, learning a lot from me. This was my second session. But It's been cool. Anyway, this is a thing I do. I think I'll be having issues though. So if I ever find myself thinking about death, right? And I mean like not in the capacity that I myself had died, but in the capacity of like I just randomly thought about one of my family members dying.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like I get so like I get bothered by the thought of that that I hurry up and in my brain some kind of way I switch
the thought
to me.
Try to
But I switch to me though.
Oh
Yeah, so and I'm like, that'll make it no better. I mean, yes, it takes the blame off other people.
Yeah.
It takes from me in my head, it takes the guilt out of other people thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like but so I switched to my funeral, which puts them back in the funeral.
Right.
It's weird, but
So let me ask you this. So when you do that, does that put you at ease? Does it put you more at ease than thinking about yourself than it does your family member?
It does. It does because I never know when God's trying to talk to me in what kind of ways. So that could be a way that he wants to speak to me, but that also could be a way where my brain just be thinking about a bunch of stuff, craziness a lot of times. And it's hard to guide it. But it's easier for me to think about myself because I don't feel so guilty. And because if I feel like I'm thinking about somebody else,
you putting it out there.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there. And even though I didn't vocally say it, but I don't even want that to be a thing.
You ain't trying to manifest nothing for nobody. But look, so that a good book I read, Emotional Intelligence 2.0. The older version was like very specific, gender specific. The newer version is kind of like making it not like man, woman. But Emotional Intelligence, it like was such an eye-opening read and book for me because it just basically tells you like how strong of a tool the mind is. Yeah. Like your brain. It's such crazy. It's just like your body can be done way before your brain. Your body can go a lot further than your brain says.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and so I read Emotional Intelligence Power Now, and I started.
David Goggins talked about that also.
Dude, it's like your brain is trying to shut you down. It's your enemy if you let it be. It could be your worst enemy.
Yep.
Like you could be like I was swimming with Navy SEALs in the ocean doing the combat side stroke. Like
How was that?
Oh man, like it was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Crazy.
Like it was like an 8-month run of just like working out with Navy SEALs.
Wow.
And kids going to buds to try to be Navy SEALs.
Word.
And all of our instructors were ex-Navy SEALs and like dudes with records and like.
That's something you ever wanted to do?
I wanted to challenge myself to be as fit as possible.
Okay.
And I was older in life, and I felt like I could go to the Navy. When I was young, they didn't let me go into the military. I tried, but working out with them, and then I wasn't a strong swimmer. I remember being in the middle of the ocean, swimming to the buoys, not middle ocean, but swimming to the buoys, and coming back and going back out to the buoy. You have a swim partner, and the way the side stroke works is like you swim like this, you come and you look, you breathe, and you stop, and then you come like this, and you're looking at your partner the whole time. Yeah. So you swim towards looking at each other. So if anyone is struggling, you can help. You can help them. You see them. You can see their. And so I was struggling,
scary.
And my swim partner was like, "Hey, chill out." You know what I mean? Yeah. And I kind of like went to my back, and I was like panicking because I was like, "Nigga, I don't even know how to swim. I'm not even a strong swimmer."
Shoot.
And my brain was telling me I was done. We were not even that far into the swim.
Yeah.
And my partner was like, "Nah, come on, dude. Like, we got this. We swim every day. We do. And he pumped me up to keep going. And that was only a quarter of the swim. And I finished the swim, but my brain...
He willed you past it.
He willed me past it. But from the jump, my brain was trying to shut me down. Almost had me panic to where I was in the middle of the ocean about to panic.
Yeah, I've been there.
And it was like...
Not the swim part.
But where your brain starts taking control.
Yeah.
And it's playing... Your mind plays tricks on you.
Dave, do you know David Goggins?
Yeah, the brother who runs, who used to be big.
For sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You heard the story about when he first... He was about to run an ultra marathon, his very first one. When he did those, he had to do 100 laps and like... No, I'm sorry, not 100. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 100 miles. Wow. He had to run 100 miles, but in a certain amount of time.
Okay.
I think it was 18 hours. Don't get me confused. Don't get me wrong.
Jesus
anyway,
Rise.
He had to run anyway. So David Goggins, when you talk about the willpower, like the willing to let their brain take over and going through, he's the king of that. Like he started. I mean, there's intricacies throughout the story, but I'm gonna just give you the meat and potatoes of the whole story. So this is his very first ultra marathon.
His first one.
Yeah, at this point he did Navy SEALs already. He did. I think if I'm not mistaken, Navy SEAls. Air Force,
Army
Delta,
Ranger, Delta
right,
Ranger,
all things right. And I think he did. The SEALs. I think 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, like not because he failed.
Yeah,
because he wanted to. But anyway, look, he wanted to do something to challenge himself. He started running. He wanted to do some challenge himself. So he found out about these ultra runs or whatever, and he found out that the guy was doing it in some city or part of the town. I forgot, whatever. But he told the guy his weight. That's happened. He was still a big guy. He told the guy his weight, and the guy said, lose 20 pounds and come see me. He was 280 something at the time, whatever. So what happened? What David Goggins did was like, you know what? He said, how much time I got? I told him the time slot, whatever. He said, I'm gonna go work it out. He went to workout mode and lost like 70 something pounds in like 30 days or something crazy. And we're talking about no steroids, no extra juice, no nothing.
Just willpower.
That's his whole thing, willpower. He said he didn't want to be a loser no more. He thought I was a loser. I've been a big fat loser my whole life. I didn't want to be that no more. So I'm willing to take it further than anybody else gonna take it. So the dude, he showed up he called the guy, and the guy was amazed that he actually lost the weight. Said, cool, you're on. So boom, now you got to run this track, and you gotta make sure you get 100 miles in like I think a day, maybe 24 hours, something like that. I think that's what it was.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Like it doesn't even seem possible. Like
let me get to the impossible part. The nigga's running. He gets to like mile 70 something. That's first of all, that's already a lot. You going around a single track. You don't even got different stuff to see.
Oh, he's just running.
This is a track. They're at a track. There's a bunch of them doing it.
No scenery.
Just track. At mile 70, 77, I forgot which one it was. The nigga broke every bone in his foot.
What?
About 70 something, but every bone in his foot. So he had to step off to the side. His wife was there, and the medics and everything. Patching his foot up, trying to patch his foot up, everything, you know. He's sitting out for a second. He's sitting out, just watching everybody run. He's a rap. Sitting on the side, like, man, it's a rap. I try, whatever. So he's sitting there, and he like, this can't be it. I don't know if somebody made a phone call or something like that, or if he talked to somebody, I forgot, but he was like, nah, F that. He got back up with his foot wrapped. Nigga ran the other 30 and still beat the time with a broken foot.
And he sat out sometime.
And you ran the rest of the 30-something miles, maybe 27 miles, some area, with a broken foot, and you still passed?
They running 100 yards on a broken foot. Stepping on a broken foot.
Fam.
Yeah, he has a different...
The willpower is different.
I looked at him, and I said, like, I've watched and I've heard him talk, and it's to a point where belief can be psychotic. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that
you're a little obsessed about it.
Obsessed about it. You're crazy about it, and you will not allow yourself to lose. Mm-hmm. Like those are the people that will run until they die.
For sure.
Run to death.
Yeah.
Because they are so set on their goals, but like Will Smith said, you may be better at this than me or this than me, but I'm not getting off this treadmill before you. Like, we're on this treadmill, I will die on this treadmill. You may be better than me, but you ain't gonna outwork me.
Wow.
You know, and it's like certain mindsets that people have that they've broken through that certain barrier.
It's different, bro.
It's different.
Some people have that drive to get them through anything, whether it's a constant pain or something. And you got to be tested to know you can even do that.
You got to.
It's not about sitting here telling yourself what you can do or what you can't do. You know what I mean?
I seen a mom's belief in Jesus carry a dude through a fight.
Word.
Dude, like, so we were young. I was probably like 16.
Uh-huh.
This dude we live in Long Beach, all Crips.
Mhm.
There was a blood named Chris that was a little older than us that was around for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And so he didn't go to high school with us, but he was around. Like he had caught the bus or whatever with us, and we're catching the bus back home. And I think it might have been we were on 4th and Orange. No, 4th and Nebraska.
Okay.
4th and Nebraska when it happened. And so he got off the bus. We all got off the bus. This younger dude, bigger dude, younger than us, maybe about a year or two, was a Crip. I forget what hood. He went from Insane to 20s from somewhere else. And you know how niggas from like other cities be coming.
For sure,
like,
for sure. Yeah.
And so they were both from out, not from Long Beach, but
Yeah.
and so the dude, the Crip, his phone came up missing. And so all the girls that were on the bus were like, oh, the blood took it to that dude Chris, he took it. And they just threw him under the bus just because he was a blood.
Right,
you know
right,
what I
right.
mean?
Wait,
And
he actually take it?
we don't know. At this point, we don't know.
They just blame the enemy.
Just blame the enemy, blood. He did it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So they pump him up to go to the Blood's house, his apartment building. And
That's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. And so his mom answers the door. And he's like, hey, your son took my phone, such and such, such and such. And she's like, hold on, like, Chris, somebody's out here saying you did this or whatever. And Chris is like in the house, like, no, I didn't take no phone. She's like, well, there's somebody at our front door saying he gonna beat you up and this and that. You better get out there and take care of him and get him off our doorstep. And so Chris goes out.
Multiple people outside?
It's about 30 people outside.
And they told him to get out there and take care. But go ahead.
Yes. And so Chris goes out there. And this dude's bigger than Chris, but Chris is older.
Okay.
And this dude just proceeds to thoroughly whoop Chris's ass in front of his mom. And we just like, you know, we bad back there. We laughing and shit, you know what I mean? Because he kind of like running, getting beat up or whatever. He just getting whooped. And his mom like, get back in there. Da, da. And then Chris is getting beat real bad. And so the dude.
In the house too?
Huh?
In the house too?
Outside.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And so at this point, Chris is just out of breath, getting whooped bad. And we just all laughing. And his mom is like, Chris, call on Jesus. Call on Jesus, Chris. You know, we all fell out.
Wait, why?
His mom was telling Chris to call on Jesus because he was getting beat so bad.
Oh, shoot. He like, yeah, because calling y'all didn't do no good.
It was like, call Jesus. So we all laughing. We
funny.
all like, I eat the girls. We just all like, oh my God. It's like, this is why you can't fight in front of your mom. Da, 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 da. And so Chris.
Call on Jesus.
And so he doesn't call on Jesus. So he keeps getting beat. And and it's one of the longest fights I had ever seen. We was about to stop it pretty soon. And
wait, pretty soon.
Pretty soon we was about to stop it. Like nobody was like dying.
There's
like,
a head up?
There's a head up. Head up fade.
All right. Well.
And so they kept going. And then Chris was just at a point where he was like, it was unwinnable. You know what I mean? Like he was like, Jesus.
Oh, he said it?
Help me, Jesus.
And then the help came in. So it shit didn't work. Oh, y'all didn't? Oh, because how could I, and I'm laughing at the same time.
We are dying laughing. Like we're on the ground. We're on the ground laughing. It's like we ain't never heard Chris ever say Jesus, never say anything about God. It's like, Jesus, help me, Jesus.
Yeah, nah.
So as he's saying that, this nigga saying, help me, Jesus, this nigga's picking him up over his head. Help me, Jesus. This nigga's in the air. He's in the air. Help me, Jesus. Jesus, help me. So this nigga picks him up and slams him so hard into the wall that the whole wall shit was like, boom. And we was all like, oh, it's over.
Done.
And
why would she send him outside?
That nigga slammed him into the wall so hard after he said, I'm calling for Jesus. He's calling for Jesus as he's in the air. And so whatever happened, Chris get back up and the dude gets back up. And the dude turns around and look at us. And we all like, oh, shit.
He like Martin when he came out the...
Not Chris.
Oh, okay.
The dude he was fighting.
Oh.
Had a cut from his eyebrow all the way over his head like that. Like this wide.
Where'd that come from?
He hit his head on the windowsill. the frame of the window.
Oh,
So as he
shoot.
slammed Chris, he was like,
And bloom.
boom,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah,
fell
yeah,
forward.
yeah, yeah,
And as he fell, the frame of the window that was sticking out
Wow.
hit him on his eyebrow and went from his eyebrow all the way up into his scalp. And so
shoot.
his shit opened up like that. You can see the bone. Like you can see.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? We was like, oh shit, you gotta go to the hospital. Yo shit, we ran. Like it was so bad,
I
niggas
would've
ran.
passed out, but he's probably got so much adrenaline.
Adrenaline. But Chris called on Jesus. Jesus didn't save him from an ass whooping.
You gotta deal with this. Yeah.
You're gonna deal with this.
He didn't do that other thing either.
Didn't do that other thing either. But he stopped the fight.
Dude, pride wouldn't even let me do that in front of y'all, man.
Oh my God.
Pride wouldn't even let me do that. I couldn't get that off.
I'm pretty sure that nigga was like, I don't even know these niggas. I don't fuck with them like that. You know what I mean? Like they laughing at me anyway. But his mom called on Jesus. Chris called on Jesus, and the fight immediately stopped.
Oh.
Immediately after he said that. And it tripped us all out. Like we was like, oh man. We used to go to church all the time too. But it was just like crazy.
It stopped in a way of like naturally him slamming. That's how.
He slammed him and his head was so messed up.
Right.
The fight was over.
Yeah. So he couldn't continue.
And Chris got up and was like, yeah, nigga.
No, you lying. You lying now, see? No, you had. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're yeah. Nah.
Look, the
I've been
next
sitting here long enough to
the
know.
next day we smoking with Chris and we like, nigga, you lost that fight. You lost. He's like, no, I didn't. He quit. He quit fighting.
No.
I promise.
What?
He still thought he won the fight, and he was repping like yeah.
Because dude quit. He said dude quit.
And he put that. You see that scar I put on his head?
Oh, and he took credit for that. No, I'm not rolling, dog. I'm not. No, you added that. That's Rios right there. That's a Rios ending.
I got so many movies and stories like that is like unreal. And his mom was like, "Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris."
No. There's no way.
I promise. I promise.
There's no way. There's no way. Dude, we seen it.
We saw the whole fight. We saw your mom say, "Chris, call on Jesus."
And we heard you say it.
We heard you say it.
You lost that fight a long
time ago. Long time ago. I don't think he got one punch in.
No. Are you serious?
No, I don't even think he was getting thoroughly whooped. But that's how delusional niggas can be sometimes.
For sure.
Like
Absolutely.
niggas can be so delusional that no, all 30 of us saw it. We all watched it from the beginning to the end.
You did not win.
Only winner was Jesus. The only winner of that fight was Jesus. That's it.
That's horrible. Like, how you...
Oh my God. We were just a bunch of little reckless little dudes just running around crazy. But
I would have died.
Yeah, that was that, man. Like, but that goes to show like the belief and faith is a strong thing.
For sure.
And willpower. You know what I mean? Like it's there's a borderline where there's a crazy person that believes that a tree is talking to them. You know what I mean? Like that's that kind of belief. But I've seen people with dumb belief do amazing things. For example, you know what I mean? Like I've seen somebody that never lifted weights, but he told us that he could outlift any of us and do this. And we worked out every day.
Wait. Okay. So I'm about to prepare myself what you about to say. So you got to tell me about this.
Okay.
He said you can't outlift him. Though he ain't never lifted weights.
Never lifted a weight a day in his life.
But he outlift all y'all, whoever was there, right? Okay, then what
and
happened?
we lift weights all the time. I ran track.
For
I
sure.
played basketball. These are football players. Everybody's in tip-top shape.
So what happened next?
This nigga, so we were like, you cannot squat this weight right here. Like this is you can't
What was on
do.
there, you think?
It was probably like 225s and then it had 25s on it.
25, so that's the 150, the bars were 45?
45.
45 bars. So like 200 something.
225 plus 50, 275.
That's right. So, okay, so he did it? Okay.
So we're like, you can't squat that. You know what I mean? And so he's arguing with us. He doesn't
lift weights at all.
At all.
His first Example, if lifting weights is about to be a squat with 275.
275.
That's not.
And we're in high school. We're young. We're like, that's a lot. 225 is a lot for us.
For sure.
And so
it's a lot for anybody who don't lift weights at
so
all.
we saw a Samoan do Herman, rest in peace, Herman Ho Chi. Like we've seen the Samoans do crazy shit in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so we're like, do this or whatever. And before, like, this is the crazy shit. Before we can get the weight for him to double up and like put it up on the bench press
You went
thing,
to go do it.
and they went over to the weights and picked the shit up like this, like it was nothing. Like he was like, and like what?
Like that's like, oh, like that's it.
Like he didn't even lift the weights yet. But what he did with the weight was like, wait, hold on, nigga. Like,
how you even get
that up there to even do that?
Yeah, for sure.
So where it's like you could be
it wrong, but I'm impressed.
I can't believe because we were going to go each on one side, lift it up, and he did that.
What made him think he could do it?
His dumb belief in himself, his willpower. Like I'm so strong, but he was so dumb that he didn't even know that what he just did was crazy to us.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's how you can.
I have any examples of somebody doing something dumb very well. I guess that's right.
Like, but you have so much. Or you could do the mama bear. It could be out of fear. It could be out of women moving cars off their kids. Like, it happens. Or Kevin Gates said he started a car battery with his hands.
Yeah, I don't even. I tuned him out a long time ago. I tuned him out a long time ago. I don't even.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I started a battery with my hands. Jump started a car.
Nah.
But look, I'm telling you, it's some dumb. Like I don't want to call people dumb, but I for lack of better words, there's some people with high belief in themselves, and high belief in things, high belief in God, high belief in Jesus, that can do some amazing stuff.
Yeah. Belief is fun. It's a funny thing because belief isn't a fact, and it's just something that you may. It's something that you may like some people think they have willpower to do anything, and they may believe. Like my man believed he can lift that bar, right? It don't mean he could or not. I mean, he just proved he did.
No, he believed that he could squat more than us, right?
More than us, right?
But just his ignorance about how heavy some shit is, just was just like, well, I'll say this: Down syndrome people are really strong, right? They have like
Wait, he had Down syndrome?
No.
I'm saying you did leave that out the story. Because if you left out the story, it wouldn't have been that amazing.
You know how like they are very strong, Down syndrome people? You know that?
I don't know if I...
You know that? It's a fact. They're strong as hell, right? But I believe...
Wait, no. Don't skip past that. No. We have to... Wait. Are they strong? Like
yes.
What makes them strong like that? What is it about?
Well, they're short and stocky already. They like thick build.
All people with Down syndrome are short and stocky?
Most of them. They're like kind of like little thick little people.
Wait.
You know how they walk? They got the little
Rios,
what?
Look, I see this is gonna be a pattern.
What?
Listen. You saying Down syndrome people are thick, little, and stocky?
Okay, this is what people. I'm not saying this because I know we're not supposed to say this word. But you ain't never heard nobody say that nigga's retarded strong. You ain't never heard that somebody say, "Oh, he got that retard strength."
Okay, I will not confirm or deny if I heard that or not. But
you ever heard that?
You saying that? Wait, so you are also? We gotta be clear,
right?
Are you also saying that quote unquote the word we can't use the
Down syndrome?
No, I didn't say that. I said the other word, retarded. The word I'm use the word for an example.
Yeah.
You saying that retarded means Down syndrome?
Yeah.
You said you
Yeah.
so
That's what they should call Down syndrome before. It was
So-
politically incorrect. It's not politically correct to say
But what I'm
retard.
saying is retarded is not attached to any other mental what we consider illness or disease.
No.
Just
Down syndrome.
not autism.
No.
'Cause autism is new.
No. Autism is not Down syndrome.
No, I know that. I'm saying
Down syndrome is the little head people.
Okay, look. First of all, let me correct what I said. Autism is newer. I know it's not Down syndrome.
Yes. And it's a spectrum to autism.
A spectrum of autism, right? And I know that people used retarded for a lot of things across the board because that was ignorant.
That was like a general like if
term
you're
for
dumb,
mental-
you being retarded, you being stupid. Yeah.
But also when you have a mental illness or condition, right, going on, they would attach that word to it.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the official retarded.
Wait, listen. Yeah. I wasn't using slang. I wasn't using a slang reference.
Oh, okay.
First of all, this is hilarious. But, listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying this. Because I feel like, look, when we say the word in this episode, we say this word, we don't mean it offensively. We talk about a certain time.
Yeah, like
in life when this was accepted. It's wrong now.
It's wrong now. It's not politically correct.
But people did use the word. It's a fact.
Yeah,
right?
and I think the retarded was used as like I think as the medical condition. Like he's retarded.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, but it wasn't used across the board for Down syndrome, autism.
No.
We did.
We did. Culturally, we would say,
okay, that's what I'm saying.
oh, you're that's what acting.
But that's what I'm speaking to. But you talking about the actual term. That they changed.
Yeah.
Was only for Down
syndrome.
Mm-hmm. You said the little head people?
Yeah. You know how they have like a smaller head?
So I'm going to get all my characteristics right. They have smaller heads.
Kind of close eyes.
Mm-hmm. Stocky. Short.
They usually wear the shoes with the Velcro.
You can't say that part.
What?
You cannot say that. That's not a part of the shoe with the shoes with the Velcro is a choice somebody made.
I think they wear those shoes because they walk on their tippy toes. They have a way of walking.
I was like,
What?
I don't know if you're serious or not.
I have a guess. I'm serious. Because they walk like a tippy toe, like kind of duck foot, and they walk tippy toes, and they have those Velcro shoes. I think it gives them range of motion or something.
I think what's crazy is you want to laugh, but I look bad because I can't hold it.
I don't think you should be laughing.
Don't do that. Don't you do that.
It may come off a little insensitive, but
Don't do that. Hey, that shoes give a range of motion. I've never heard that in my life.
you order them from the catalog,
For where? The range of motion store?
the slow store.
The what? Hey, dude, we can't get canceled the second episode. This is crazy. It's the slow store. So they have Target. They had Target.
And then you think about it, they have retardant. Retardant. You know what retardant? Fire retardant.
I know what fire retardant is.
So that means strong.
Don't try to connect that. You can't. Wait, is that where they got the word from? You didn't have to say anything. That wasn't anything.
I'm just saying. Fire retardant. It stands up to fire. Like it's strong.
Wait, so Down syndrome people stand up to the fire?
If you add the ENT.
What? Yeah, what?
ENT.
If you add the ENT? No, I can't do it.
Hey.
It's so much misinformation just now.
What?
We just spewed out so much misinformation.
I'm telling you that Down syndrome was that, and Down syndrome people have high strength because I think they removed the limiter,
Wait, what? Wait, what you mean? The limiter?
like the governor, like the limiter,
Wait, you saying that people have like a governor?
like a limiter.
Humans?
Yes.
You saying to me that Down syndrome, people who have Down syndrome, a condition that medically would happen since birth, somewhere something happened, right? Since birth. But then the government.
No, not the government.
Okay.
No, the governor. You know, like you can remove the governor off of
I know
off
that.
of cars.
I know that, but I know that
And they go fast.
But the government makes that happen. The government through all the people.
No. I believe that Down syndrome people are born
with
without the limiter,
basically.
without the governor.
Right. It's
like, and they don't know really what strong it. Like they don't have that capacity. Like, that's
like they play too much. Like they may hit you, but it's a real hit.
hard hit.
You know, they don't know their strength because they don't have the limiter.
They don't have the limiter.
We have limiters. We born with we born with our limiters intact.
Yes, and like we have obstacles or things that we think we can't do or that's not possible, and they don't have that.
They think they can do anything.
They don't think that they can do anything. They do anything.
What do you mean? I can't believe it, man. Wait, what do you mean?
What are you laughing at?
What can they wait? What do you mean they do anything?
Like strength wise, like they can hug you and pick you up, crush you, like Lenny of Mice and Men.
Wait. Okay.
Are you familiar?
A little bit. I'm not all the way. I'm not all the way.
Lenny was.
Now, I know of Mice and Men in the book.
Okay.
But I'm not about the character. I'm not.
So Lenny was like the big, strong, slow guy.
Okay.
And he used to love.
And slow, which is the
Velcro
old
shoes.
term, right? Wait. Okay. Slow was the old term. Was used for that came after retarded, right?
I think slow might be our thing.
I think a lot of people use that.
Yeah, slow. Okay, maybe
Anyway,
maybe
slow was a slang term though. It's
Slow-
not,
yeah.
it's not medical. It's not
yeah,
slang.
he's a little slow. Like he has a condition. There's a condition like he's slow.
Now slow can be used for different
A
conditions.
bunch of yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Mental conditions, learning disabilities, like stuff like that. So Lenny, he used to always tell his
That's
buddy.
not Lenny. Yes, the one Hov used to talk about.
No, Lenny's that's the photographer.
Oh, got it.
From The Rock.
Right.
This Lenny used to always have his buddy talk about the farm.
Not Lenny Williams, because I love you. The song.
No,
Yeah, got it. Sorry.
he said, tell me about the rabbits. Tell me about the farm. Tell me about the rabbits. To make him calm down, he would tell him about the rabbits. But he could never have the rabbits because he would pet them too hard, and they would die. Poor furries.
That was genius.
See, look how it comes around. And then
That was genius.
Then you have Lenny.
Wait, so
he used to like soft things.
So people with Down syndrome attack furries?
They don't know their own strength.
Oh, so you can't.
Like you would never. Like I don't know if you would never
can't unleash a bunch of Down syndrome people in the school.
No,
with furries.
Around a bunch of preschool kids.
Well, first of all, I should pull back on the word unleash.
Yeah, you should, because that would mean that they're leashed.
That was not good.
Your track record today is a bit insensitive. Welcome to Relatable with Rios and Badlucc. So Lenny killed the girl.
How?
Because he likes to rub and touch soft things. That's why he can never be around animals.
Okay.
So the girl, he liked the girl, and he was just petting her hair, and he broke her neck and killed her. And he had done that multiple times.
Killed multiple people?
Multiple people, multiple girls, by just holding them too strongly and rubbing their head, breaking their neck, suffocating them. But they love too strong.
What if there was an alternate ending to Of Mice and Men?
Uh-huh.
Have you seen Usual Suspects?
Yes. Kaiser Sosa. He was playing slow and disabled.
And there you have it.
But he was very mentally capable. He was a mastermind. But that's mental versus physical.
So I can argue that Kaiser Sose
Mm-hmm.
is Lenny.
No. Reverse. Because you take the strength and the mental capacity. One was strong and slow. One was weak and fast. Kaiser was smart,
Yeah,
but physically he wasn't strong.
yeah.
Lenny was slow in the head and physically snap you.
Lenny played us off. I think Lenny was smart and a murderer.
That is a great way to look at it. Now, you could take that story and switch it all up and make it black
And he's Ving Rhames.
as Melvin. Choked baby boy. Yeah, call your mama.
The connection.
It's endless possibilities.
This is
On Relatable,
That's true. Yeah.
anything can be anything. Stay tuned in.
Dude, what is going on?
Oh my God. Anything can be anything. Stay tuned in. You can be entertained, or you can be educated, or you can be dumbed down. Stay tuned. Who knows what's real at Relatable? So I had some topics that I wanted to go.
Oh, now we have to.
So we learned many things. Let's go over to the show. Today's show. Let's end this well.
Okay.
Relatable.
For sure.
Relatable podcast with Luck and Rios.
Okay.
We learned that Down syndromes have
Wait.
unimaginable strength.
Wait. You said Down syndromes?
Yeah,
Is that a group of people?
plural. Like people with Down syndrome have
You call them
unlimited.
by the name?
Want me to call them individually?
Well,
There's hundreds of them.
there's only hundreds. Look, so listen. You called them Down syndromes?
Down people that are affected by Down syndrome have unlimited strength.
I think you just made that up. Unlimited strength? It's crazy.
They're almost chimpanzee strong.
Wait a minute. People with Down syndrome. You know what? Keep going.
Unlimited strength.
Okay.
Furries have rights.
That's true.
Furries have rights.
That's true.
The name of the show is Relatable Podcast with Luck and Rios. Relatable. Maybe unrelatable. Depending on our mood. Depending on the mood of the day. And we're going to be having guests.
Yes. Which I'm actually excited about because I'm looking forward to. I'm ignorant in a lot of things.
Proven today.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I need to.
I've learned you a lot of things today.
I need to.
Learned you. Welcome to the world of Rios. I've learned you a lot.
You're welcome.
You're quite welcome.
I did learn a lot today.
Do you not feel enlightened?
I do.
Okay, good.
I do. I'm really gonna do my research on a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of things I know for a fact is, how do I say, a lie. But we're not gonna discuss. So I'm going to research a couple of things. I'm really interested in the furry lifestyle.
Right.
I want to know some things. I do want to research that. The community.
The Down syndrome community.
Down syndrome community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to do my research on it also because I would be entrusting my partner Rio here.
Rios.
Rios here. I did say Rio. Where'd that come from?
Everybody says Rio.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But back to the Down syndrome community.
Yeah, but I did trust my partner Rios to educate me, but we'll hold on to the word educate. Here, we'll put a pause on that. Let's put a pin on that.
We'll put a pin in that.
Let's put a pin on the word educate.
Okay.
Because I'm not quite sure just yet.
You clearly never shook a hand of a Down syndrome.
I've never shook. No, I can't say I've never. Wait, you not?
Have you?
I haven't. I have. I'm sure I have.
Unbearable strike.
They overdo it. It's uncontrollable. It's unlimited and uncontrollable.
Maybe uncontrollable, but just it will reach your limit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever my limit is, their limit's more than that. So it's
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen? I'll curb that one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We also found out that Lenny
Of Mice and Men.
of Mice and Men is actually, this is what I think. Rios will argue this, but I think he's Kaiser Sose, Usual Suspects.
Yes.
There's obviously a connection there. I don't think.
You thought he was playing everybody,
No,
and you thought he was just a murderer. Lenny.
I'm telling you, he is.
He is a murderer.
I just feel like you guys aren't doing the knowledge, and
Okay.
I haven't necessarily done the research, but you'll learn about my many gifts here on this show. We'll talk about that.
Do you want to be a part of the conspiracy theory podcast that we have coming?
Yes.
Would you like to be a part of that?
Yeah.
I have the name and everything already for it. If you're ready, we're going to be deep diving into some crazy stuff.
For sure. Not Gerald. But look.
I'll correct you.
You're right.
Gigi.
I'm speaking to the interview process.
Oh, okay.
He was Gerald at the time.
Yes.
So now if I'm talking about Gerald that works at the job, that would be Gigi.
Okay. You're talking about him
Yeah, I'm talking about the interview process.
pre-surgery.
I was speaking to that Gerald.
Okay.
Gigi, I
Post-surgery.
know nothing about her.
Amazing person.
Okay. What about Gerald?
Gerald had many of accomplishments in his life. Accomplished many of things. Gigi has a bright future.
Does it get erased?
No.
Because
If I gave you the detail, it would be too personal and I might
Got
get in
it.
trouble. But he
Got it.
was a high ranking of something
Oh, got it.
and brought in that to solidify the high ranking.
He was a high-ranking man. And
Man's
then
man
brought in high-ranking man things,
material. hmm
and then got hired, and then
No, he brought in the man things as Gigi. Like, don't get it twisted.
okay.
Gigi got this under her belt.
Got it. Okay, so they aren't different. Are they different? Are they?
They
It's
are
the same.
different. They just have a different walk of life. But Gigi brought in information so that niggas could walk back and be like, don't fuck with Gigi.
Got it.
And guess what we did when we walked back?
What's
Said, don't fuck with Gigi.
Got it. Okay, got it. I got it. Clearly understand now. See, now that will be the education part. So we can take a pin out of that part.
Yeah, we can take a pin out of that part.
We'll hold the pin on the Down syndrome part because there's some things I don't know about the range of motion and things.
I'm pretty sure people are going to agree with me in the chat that they are unusually strong.
They, as in
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome, is a mental condition.
Yeah, those people with that condition are very strong.
Okay,
Physically, very strong.
all of them.
The ones
What
that
percentage you think?
100% of the ones that I have met,
How many you've met?
7.
So sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
Roundabout.
How did you pick 7? So you met 7.
Around 7.
What's the shoot? I was trying to the group. It's a name. not Dronies.
Whoa.
I thought her. We gotta stop.
I'm gonna look up. Watch.
Yes, we have to stop.
Watch.
Dude, this podcast gonna make it to the people?
Yeah. We'll make another one. We can make another one after this. We have endless amount of opportunities.
We still figuring it out.
Yeah, we figured out like, hey, there's a little balance here, you know.
Oh, shoot.
I'm just gonna drop the knowledge on you real quick. I don't want to end this show
I
without
don't know what
dropping.
you're searching. What did you search? Oh no. Forget the information. What did you put the search for? I have to know what you put in search for.
Down syndromes are very strong.
That's not what you put in search for.
Yeah.
You talking Down syndromes, you put an S at the end?
Yeah. Are very strong. Why are Down syndrome highly
Well, no, you can continue.
people with Down syndrome particularly have
No, but you can read it first. Why Down syndrome? You said something first, though. What you say?
they have very high sex drive.
Wait, you didn't bring that up on the show.
That was not a fact that I knew.
That's all. So another 7 people mentioned that?
Maybe that's the strength. The sex drive is the strength. Maybe because they have that stored. People with Down syndrome are typically have lower strength and less balance, which can cause more accidents and decline in health.
So it was not a fact that they're strong. Did you meet these 7 guys at the gym?
Let's table that conversation.
No problem.
I don't tend to believe that just yet. I don't just believe what I read or what I've experienced
Strong.
says different.
At Equinox?
Maybe LA Fitness, but it can be a thing if we make it a thing. Let's not stay there too long. So you learn that.
They learned that. Learned some things today. Did you learn anything today?
I did. I learned that sometimes you can believe something so strongly, but just because you believe it strongly does not make it true.
That's true.
I just learned that just like 3 seconds ago. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
We don't know if there will be an episode 3, but we will hit the drawing board and figure some things out. But hopefully you guys enjoyed and you're entertained with the plethora of knowledge that we both share. And
Well, I mean, never mind. Go ahead.
No.
Continue, please.
this is a place where we don't hold back.
Please.
We don't hold back here. Shit.
Well, no, it was just we both think. Never mind. It's not even a big deal. I mean, just continue.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's gonna be fun.
Interesting.
Please continue. Please continue.
Well, you're welcome, everyone. Enjoy, and we will be back Mondays. We're gonna release these on Monday. I feel like this was so good. I'm ready to release it tomorrow. I need some feedback. I'm pretty sure they're gonna say, "I've never met that side of Rios or Luck." Well, this is your introduction.
Yep.
The real us. All right. See you guys later. Unrelatable episode. This is episode 1.
Okay.
The first one was the reality check.
For sure.
That was reality check.
That was vibe. That was cool. And plus, we can keep clips of that. And
Exactly.
we have a show. We show clips and promote. That's how we promote.
Exactly.
So,
And that reality check was amazing. Did well.
oh yeah, that's right, Jay. Right.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. That's dope. Okay.
You see how I tried to do that, like time
No,
stamp
that's
wise,
perfect.
like,
It worked. It worked. Perfect.
manifest.
Yeah. Wait, was Manifest a shot at Gigi?
No. That's transition.
I just got my transmission fixed on my Chevy.
That's transmission.
Jesus.
You're tranny.
Now,
We call transmissions
my
trannies.
car. Yeah, my car. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, you're right.
Did you replace your tranny?
Yes, I'm waiting for it.
Did you?
I have a rental now, so I'm
Is it
waiting.
GT?
The transmission in my Chevy. What?
All right, we gotta stop. Oh, I don't know how this was gonna go. Whoa, I don't know. I had the best time today though. Best behavior. And we'll see you on the next one, you guys. Same bat time, same bat channel. Relatable podcast.
Yeah, you're right. Gotta get it together.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Relatable podcast with Luck and Rios. We won't lose.